Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Welcome to Crosshatch Creations. We are back with another The Music is Working today. Yes! I did some research and scoured the internet for troubleshooting issues. And it turns out that it was my Bluetooth headset. So I was using a wireless connection, and for some reason, we're playing with volume right now. How's that? Check 1, 2, 3. I can also talk a little louder if I need to. We'll angle the microphone. So yeah, it turns out that, awesome. That some reason the wireless connection just made it so it didn't want to work. So we are up and working today, which is super exciting. Word of the day today is gallus, which is fun to say. It's another Scottish word. I keep finding like crazy, awesome Scottish. I don't know if it's slang or just Scottish in origin, but I like it a lot. So it means bold or daring, which will be interesting. These flowers are kind of bold and daring. So we're doing another fairy today. I love doing fairies. I've got a couple hanging out behind me on the wall. So this one is a snail themed fairy. She does not have wings, but she's taken a nap, and I'm pretty happy with her. So I drew it out beforehand so I can multitask. I can talk and paint, but I can't really talk and draw very well. Yeah, and then the flower, it's actually called a Winston Churchill, believe it or not. So we're just hanging out in the UK today with our Scottish word and our British flower. I actually took this photo down here at a local greenhouse, and I saw it and was like, that is the coolest flower ever. I need to draw that. So that's what we're going for today. It has very gallus colors. So reminder, if you use the word of the day, I will send you extra globs. And if you check out my channel, you can check on where you're at on the leaderboard. If you want to just collect globs, or if you want to spend them, you can spend them in stream. And I will make things for you. Ginger Princess got one. There it is. You can kind of see it off in the distance here. This is a Bob Ross Deadpool chibi that she bought on stream. Woohoo! Which is pretty. It was fun. It's hanging out with me for the moment. He'll get mailed off eventually. He'll make the journey. Sweet, so we can get started. Also, now that there's music, there is a song request. So I believe it's ! song request, and you can put in a link. Every viewer gets one. Oh, and here's another chibi. This is Mr. Dave Beard. He got his character chibi-ized. That should be my word of the day. Chibi-ized. Probably isn't real, but anyway, that's Mr. Dave Beard's chibi. So every viewer gets one free song request, so go ahead and send me some music. Spam me or not. Send me a jam that you like. And yeah, we'll get on started. So I'm just warming up my eraser here. And we've got paint ready to go. I've challenged myself, and I'm actually doing a background. I very seldomly do backgrounds, but I thought, hey, let's jump on this horse and get the backgrounds going. So here we are, ready to start. I'm actually really happy with this girl. She's just so cute. Just adorable. Seems to be the theme. So I'm just gonna lighten up my colors here. Lots of foliage today as well. I tried to spend some more time on the leaves. It's kind of funny, she looks a little under the sea at the moment. My grass looks a little seaweed-like, but I was trying to find photos of grass just sprouting, and I was just Googling grass and just got big green fields. So you have to get very specific with your Google words. Grass sprouting up close. You're erasing the whole sketch! Oh, I promise. It's lighter to me. If you get a little closer, you can still see the lines. Oh, or maybe I'll say it's not there and that I'm incredible and can just paint willy-nilly and don't need to erase anything. What is that? No, just lightening it up. This, the flower petals, I did actually erase that one a little too much, so I'm gonna add some in there. And try and keep my face out of here too. If I sit closer, maybe that'll help. This flower is really interesting. I've never quite seen anything like it. It has a lot of folds to it. The petals are really all over the place. It honestly makes me feel like it's in from some sci-fi planet, you know, like something you'd see out of, it kind of looks a little Avatar, actually. Yeah, I would say Avatar. It looks like a plant that looks really pretty on like Alice in Wonderland, but then secretly comes and tries to eat you in your sleep or something like that. That's my guess. Anyway, we'll get the dirt. She's laying in the dirt because it's a snail, and I really like snails. I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling 22. No, when I was a kid, I loved poking snails' eyeballs. When you just poke their eyes and they go. So, I wanted to do a snail. Slugs are kind of boring, and it would be hard to make an actual slug because it's like, what is significant about the slug? So I wanted her to have a snail shell. And so she's taking a nap. So we'll get the dirt in there, and hopefully that'll help it be less, what's the word I'm looking for? Under the sea. So, this is great. You just get to jump right in. Let's grab some water. Okay. So, lightest to darkest. I think because of the nature, I've been keeping my fairies seldomly aquatic. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Thanks, Mr. Dave Beard. And I'll move my stuff over here a bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I want her to still look kind of whimsical. But I've been keeping my fairies pretty colorless, mostly black and white and ink, and having the flower being the gallus part of the piece. Oh, look at that. I've used it like twice. This is a good word. What was the last one? Fankle? Fankle was the last one, I think. Okay, now that you can barely see anything, we're gonna get started. The foliage on this flower is quite dark, so I think I'm gonna start with the snail shell. I think is what we're gonna go for. So I like to go light to dark. And I have questions as per usual. These are pretty fun. So let's find our first one. Have you ever dropped food on the floor and picked it up and eaten it? Many times. But you know, now that I think about it, I'm gonna go for this one. This is the basic brush that I use for most of my little watercolor stuff. Just a bit of a rounded tip there. You can kind of get detailed with it. Now when I think about it, it's pretty gross. 10-second rule, right? I feel maybe there's a little king germ who rules all the germs. And once you drop food on the floor, he's like, no, germs. We must wait 10 seconds for the 10-second rule before we decide to go in and cover ourselves on this food. But you have to wait. It's a germ rule of courtesy. That's what I picture in my head anyway. So I'm going to do the light greens first, I think, actually. Shell. I have a little snail on the bottom of the screen there. He's very brown. But there's a little part of me that's like, this is the, you know, instead of the wings, because I like to really highlight the wings. I want to see a comic of this situation. Maybe I'll do that. I'll pull up the digital art. I like doing comics digitally, because when you're doing multiple little dudes, you can just copy and paste and change facial expressions, and it makes little chibi comics go a lot faster. I've done a couple just sketching, and it takes forever. Which, I mean, maybe why some people are so good at it. Anyway, so I usually like to make the wings the centerpiece, but I'm feeling a little adventurous, and I am deciding if I want to do the shell like purple, but my flower is going to be purple. So I have purple and pink. I'm going to have green. I'm going to have more green, brown. No, I should keep it simple. The yuck color. I've been using this color a lot recently, actually. Maybe with orange undertones. Uh-oh. It's always the blank page that's the hardest to get started. Once you get some color on there, it's like, yes, but I always find there's not a whole lot. I feel writers feel this way too. There's not a whole lot more intimidating than a blank piece of paper. I found whenever I was writing something, I had to... Okay, well, I'm going to start with the light greens then. Now I have to find all my light greens. That way my green doesn't turn brown. Yes, because my brown can be a little green, but I don't want my greens to be brown. Gross. Let me just get all pukey. So I have a little sprout over here. And how these leaves are looking are a little dark. So for the leaves, they're kind of a bluish almost, kind of like a deeper oak. Wait, did the stream start? Hey, Ginger Princess! It did! Hello! How are you doing? It's great to see you. We were just talking about your chibi. He's hanging out on my wall. Over here. Don't see anything but black and 5-minute picture. Let me refresh. Oh no! I did have a bit of a hiccup there. I hit start stream, and then it stopped. And then I had to restart it. I don't know what happened, but it was a little funky monkey. Okay, we're gonna do, okay, I'm doing green. I'm all over the place. Because I went to bed at 2 in the morning. What is it? There it is. There I am. There you are. Hello. We were poking at this guy, if you didn't see it. Bob Ross Deadpool is hanging out. I actually said it properly. Look at that. And we have music today. Woohoo! Figured it out. It ended up being my Bluetooth headset. For some reason, didn't want it to translate. It got distracted, so now I have wires. Went a little old school. Anyway, so you get a free song request. So if you want to shoot some music my way, you can do that. I think you can do !song request and then your song. Or you should be able to go through the tips page. I think that as well. But the type chat might be a little easier. But like most foliage sprouts, the new guys are pretty light. So I'm going to do this one light green. I saw this really cool technique the other day. Someone pre-painted their page like all just with like plain no color water, and then they took a dropper and dropped the color into it, and it just like it spread all the way through, and it got a really cool like dark to light what's that word I'm looking for? Not, I want to say teratone, trans something. Fade. I'll just say fade. Fade is a good word. Exactly. This music playing. This is my copyright-free music. It's kind of like a chill ambience. There's no lyrics, so If you really want to mess with me, throw a song with lyrics in. See how well I can multitask. I'm learning how to multitask. And I've gotten quite much better at it, but there's still this little part of my brain that's like very one-tracked. So if there's lyrics, it'll be fun. If anything, it'll be really entertaining. This sprout is also kind of light as well, so I'm gonna throw some light in here. The question we just answered, Ginger Princess, is have you ever picked something off of the floor that you dropped and eaten it? I have said yes, numerous times. Many, many a times I have done that to my dismay. But, you know, I mean, sometimes when it's like a piece of chocolate or like, you're like, I can't just throw it up. Megastorm, hello, good to see you. We switched places. I still watched your stream earlier. Oh, you're back of the land of everyone wants me dead. The land of everyone wants you dead. I've never been there. That sounds scary. Oh, in Skyrim. You weren't playing Skyrim. You're playing Oblivion. There's part of me that just thinks that all of the Elder Scrolls games are Skyrim. Sorry. Maybe just because Skyrim's my favorite. Did you succeed? Did you die many times? If everyone wants you dead? That sounds like very good from the mouth. Elder Scrolls 4 on stream, yes. Yeah, it's a little tough when you get started, hey, because everyone's like murdering you, and you're like, oh, what do I do? Especially before you get a good healing spell, it's like super annoying, because it's like, oh my goodness, there's so many potions. I go through potions like crazy. But I haven't played the other ones though. I had a friend who is so like, they were like the most hardcore Skyrim fan I had ever met in my whole life. And they were counting down till Skyrim came out because they loved the Elder Scrolls game. And so every day at school he'd be like, there's 436 days till Skyrim comes out. There's 435 days. Like, counted it down like 2-3 years in advance. It was intense. So did the chat want you dead? Or did the game want you dead? That sounds like a very unfriendly chat. Maybe we'll have to come hang out there and throw in some positive vibes. Once to an imp in a dungeon. Hearthstones and did some music. Oh, lame, I missed the music. Dang, next time. Every encounter with a wild animal could be instant death. Oh, yes. I've eaten things out of the garbage before, LOL. Things actually thrown away, I picked up like a nanosecond later. Right? We were just saying that I think that the way the 5-second rule or 10-second rule works is that there's a king of the germs, and he stands there and goes, alright, germs, remember our code of ethics? We have to wait 10 seconds before we can attack this piece of food. And then it keeps you safe, right? Mostly for me, it's just like hard objects. I think anything mushy you can't really pick up and eat, because they just mush all over the place. So Saturday, I made 13 dozen giant cinnamon buns. 13 dozen. That's like 100 and something. And they were big. They're like this big. My floor was covered. I tried really, really hard, but to keep it clean. But it was just covered and in sugar and sticky. The bottom of my shoes, I wore shoes because I was doing it for like 9 hours. They were just like covered in dough, and it was gross. It was ridiculous. That I would not eat off the floor. once, but none of your friends show up, so I got sad and quit. Oh, don't quit. What would you stream, Ginger Princess? Would you stream art as well? Would you do like a creative one? I hear that it's just consistency is what I've been told, but there's part of me that's like, well, this is probably what I'd be doing my whole evening anyway, so might as well do it while hanging out with some pretty awesome people. That's my thought. But it's pretty cool. I spent yesterday, I drew this out while watching some streams, and there's some like, I didn't know that pearling was a thing, but you can like make pictures with little jewels. It's very interesting. Couple streams, very peaceful chat. That's a good word. I think it's very gallus of you to put yourself out there. A word of the day. Oh, we got it all done. Okay, I kind of got my green here. I'm gonna stop trying to lean in here so my colors don't go off. Focus. This is very interesting music. Okay. My next question is, have you ever had an imaginary friend? I'm liking the green, actually. I might just keep working on the green. I haven't decided what I want her skirt to be yet. She's a snail, but part of me is like, maybe she's wearing pink. Just art. Yeah. It'd be sweet. I think watching people make stuff is really cool. It's cool to watch, like, the process. Yeah, I can always change my water. I'm having fun with green. I'm gonna go, this one's a little bluish. So I think I'm gonna go more like emerald. So then the contrast of the petals comes out, because those petals are gonna be like, hello, pink. It's a Winston Churchill. It's this guy hanging out. Ooh, 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 there we go. There. That's a nice thought. You had a nightmare? Why are you smiling? Was it entertaining? No, I have some of them that lack voices in corporate form, but they were all very real to me. Negastorm, have you ever had an imaginary friend? Is the question we're looking at. Oh. My nightmares are always like really weird. Like, I don't even know if you'd call this one a nightmare. But the other night I had a dream I was hanging out with my friend's kid, who's pretty little. And my mother had given her all of my childhood toys. And I was, for some reason, I was so sad because I'm like, these are my memories. These are my childhood toys. And the kid was like, these are my toys now. And I was like, no, those are the wrong names. No. So I went to try and talk to my friend to be like, hey, you know, I actually didn't want my toys given away. Can I have them back? And my friend was really nasty. He was like, no, they're my child's now. And it kind of had that nightmare freaky feel to it. But now when I think about it, I'm like, that's a really weird dream. Used up most of your watercolor palette. Oh. That is a bit of a nightmare, Harry, because then you're like, now what? Oh, yeah. I feel you. Imaginary friend? Want me to go get the list? Ooh, you had a few. I'm in. I want to know the list. I'm getting kind of shadowy here. Let me. Ooh. I'm playing with lighting. Very specific fear. Yeah, it's the art fear, hey? It's kind of sad, but you had dogs instead. The list is a joke? Aww, I'm disappointed. Okay, get to work, Sarah. I'm looking at some folded leaves. The under of my fold is going to be darker than the top of the fold of the leaf. Oh, is my face in here too? Here, there we go. Hey, Tetra! If you stream with non-chatting, does that count as imaginary friends? It takes time for one who scrolls all the way to the bottom of the page to discover you. Oh, Tetra. That seriously just made my day. At least in my stream you got to your constant swearing. I really enjoy your accent. Well, for me it's an accent. It was just fun. I just enjoyed listening to you talk and your Skyrim theme humming. It was very entertaining. Oh my goodness. How are you doing, Tetra? It's good to see you. Did I ever have imaginary friends? I don't know if I had one, like a consistent friend that like, this was my imaginary friend that I hang out with a lot. But I like made believed hardcore. Like if I ever went on a bike ride, it was because I was a superhero and I was flying and I was with my other superhero friends. So I had a lot of like those kind of things, or I'd like pretend I was like a lynx and I'd go climb trees. I don't even think lynxes can climb trees, let's be real. The most interesting view of streaming to no audience. Way less depressing. Portuguese sadness? Your song is Portuguese sadness? All the Undertale characters as voices in my head that kept me comfortable. Oh, you know, that's kind of the thing, hey, when you like read a book and then the voice is a certain way and like it's all, you have your character and what they look like, and then the movie comes out and you're like, that is not what they look like in my head. I beg your pardon, but please redo the movie and redo your casting. Yeah, so ooh, mimic you. Oh, Ginger Princess. Is that also you? Because that's your Twitter name, right? Mocha. Hey, hey. Your panda is so cute. I love it. I was humming the Elder Scrolls song and thinking, yep, scraping the bottom of the barrel again. Ooh, I've also decided that I think it'd be fun. Negastorm. Every time you use like a swear word, I'm going to replace it because I think it'll be hilarious. So I'm going to read this again. Either way, I was humming the Elder Scrolls song and thinking, yep, scraping the bottom of the farting barrel again. I'm just entertaining myself. A Portuguese sadness, a hot new cologne. Heyo. Hey! Mimic you. So this is Ginger Princess, right? So do you have another account? Did you change your name? Changing your name in real life is a lot of work. It's just like so much paperwork. It really is. Mocap, do you have you ever had an imaginary friend? Yeah. Awesome. But can I keep calling you Ginger Princess? Or would you prefer Mimic You? Oh, your second account. Portuguese Sadness by Negastorm. The first cologne with an olive oil scent. Little do you know, it's just olive oil. Oh, but oil's a carrier, isn't it? You could just, oh, this is such a like cheesy, happy song. I just feel like it needs some jazz hands. I don't know if I'm actually very good at that. It's a carrier oil, so I think you could throw some sort of like essential oil in there, and it'll be grand. What's your scent? What would your scent be for Portuguese? Sadness. Oh, sadness. What's a sad scent? Funeral homes? I don't know. Either's fine, but if you prefer Ginger Princess, I'm fine with either. I think it's a great name. I wonder that if Oblivion, there's a key point. Oh, in Oblivion, there's a key to point the staff at me and shoot. Oh, because you're on PC. Because, do you get shot at frequently? Way to say the same thing twice in one sentence, me. It's okay. I repeat myself a lot. Actually, Mr. Davebeard has like a rule, like a personal rule, to not tell the same like story more than 3 times, so then you don't end up repeating stories to people. And part of me is like, but some stories are so good, I need to tell them to like everyone. But then I forget who I've told them to. I know that I've been friends with someone for a long time when they go, yeah, sorry, you've told me this like 3 times. And I'm like, oh, sorry. The tears of puppies! Is it just like... what would the tears of puppies smell like? I'm thinking, puppies. What do puppies smell like? I've never had a dog, actually, believe it or not. I had a cat when I was really little, and then I had birds. But I lived on a really busy street, and my mom was like, if we get one, it's going to get run over. Also, my dad hated pets, so. And then we got the noisiest pet possible. Karma! I don't know. Tears of puppies. I'm thinking like fur, like wet dog, but cute. Can wet dog be cute? Snuggly wet dog scent. A sad scent. Your room. Megastorm. I'ma send you a smiley face to hang in your room so it can be less sad. Because no one wants that. I just like sleep in my room. I don't really hang out in it ever. Sometimes I read, I guess. Almost said your real name there. Oh no. I haven't had a person my age in months. So like musty. It does not too much stuff and is going nowhere. Going nowhere! Nowhere can be somewhere, can't it? Sometimes I'm going somewhere, alright. To the bathroom. No, not actually. Not right now. I believe in you. There's always somewhere to go. Hopefully up. Or down, if you wanted to like be a successful miner, I guess. Oh heyo! Yeet! We're getting good at typing on PC. Not. Vomit is a sad scent. Vomit is a sad scent. You know what I hate the most though? When you vomit, but then there was one time I made the mistake of, I'm gonna try and stop the barf. And, never try to stop a barf, ever. Just don't. Especially for me. I had my tonsils out. Fun fact, I almost starved as a child because I couldn't eat any food. My parents were awesome and fed me. I'm good. But I couldn't eat any food because my tonsils were so big, I'd choke on all of it. So I was scared to eat. Anyway, so I got my tonsils removed, and they also take out my adenoids, which are these things at the back of your nose. And so, you know when you like breathe in water and it goes down? That happens super easy. I can sneeze out carrots I'm chewing. It's like this. There's an open passageway. Things just flow. Anyway, so I tried to hold back a barf when I was like sick and vomiting. This is a riveting conversation. And it's like, mouth, door closed. Okay, we're going out the other way. Went through my nose. The worst feeling is acid burning out your sinuses. Oh, and how do you rinse that out? Like, start nasal spray? I don't know. It's just very unpleasant. So if you got a barf, Let her fly. Just do it. I'm also not very good at typing mimic you. Yeah. I should. I use all my fingers. I don't like finger pack. But, oh no, what happened? I don't finger pack, but I do, type. Oh. That was like a weird moment. I think I'm sketching for a while now. Excellent. What are you gonna draw? Twitter account for music. Yeah, do it. Follow it up. Totes, my goats. To link in the chat, by the way. Oh, yeah, no, totally. I love getting art. I love seeing your art. I like seeing it. A plush yogi. Sweet. Okay. I'm painting. That's what I'm doing. I got distracted talking about vomit. Actually, after that experience of vomiting out my nose, you can Google anything. And there's WikiHows. I learned there's WikiHows for pretty much everything out there. I actually ended up reading a WikiHow how to vomit. It's like, get to work and you work for Wiki. I don't know how a Wiki works. Works Wiki. Too many words. Oh, this is also a kind of a cheesy song. Anyway, it's like you get to work and they're like, okay, I need you to write an article on how to properly vomit. And I'll be like, oh, I love my job. Unless you're into that. Some people are into that. Whatever. Anyway, so I Googled it. And it's very informative, actually, of like, how to comfortably grasp the rim of a toilet bowl. How to breathe properly to get the full extension of your experience. Drinking chocolate milk. And Bits told me a story of him drinking chocolate milk and laughing to the point where he sneezed chocolate milk. Because of that, I laughed and sneezed chocolate milk. B.I.B. How is that? I feel like there's probably some, like, I've seen some really interesting art, ways to do art that are very unique. I wonder if there's some people out there that, like, do art by sneezing. They just put edible and not harmful things up their nose and maybe they sneeze it out. You could start that. It might be, like, really uncomfortable. No, I did not get Spotify working. I learned, that it was, well, I learned, Mr. Dave Beard is my wonderful tech support. It was, ooh, there's a leaf here, or a petal, so I'm not gonna throw my leaf in there. It was my, my headset. I had a Bluetooth headset. And, because I had it working before, and I was like looking up everything, trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. And, couldn't find anything. And I'm like, okay, why isn't this working for me? But it turns out it was just, my headset. For some reason, the Bluetooth made it so it didn't want to connect. But now it's connected, so you get a free song request. And then there's extra song requests through the tip page. So I think it's ! Song request. And then you can put them in. It should be. I'm pretty sure. It's a self-fulfilling story. Yeah, it was wonderful. And does the Da Vinci Notebook song work? The last song I remember was the Irish drinking song. It should. I don't think I have any, like, I have, like, song. I don't know if it'll play any videos that aren't songs. It should just, it's just music, but I'm pretty sure. Hey, hey, yo, welcome back. Okay. My screen. I'm not quite sure my latest follower got squished. Hold on. Let me pretend I know what I'm doing. it's just squished now. Okay. I'll fix that later. Only music is accepted. Oh, sadness. Is it a song? Da Vinci Notebook song. Da Vinci Notebook song. What's that song? Odd. Lame. Well, I'll fidget with that later. Actually, I could fidget with it now, but I have it working and I'm kind of scared that it's gonna stop working again. So I will leave it for the time being. Okay. Upside down leaves is what we're doing. And the leaves are interesting. They're kind of like pointy. This is interesting. Also, you and me should do an art collab sometime. Ooh. Well, if you do, send it to me. Oh. Oh, is this our, did you re-request it, Mr. Dave Beard? The Irish drinking song? This is awesome. It's like this, like, really awesome acapella that I'm quite a fan of. Harmonizing is a skill. It really is. I'm still working on my style. I'd love to work on that. Do it. Don't. Coach me, coach. Oh, I think tech support may have fixed the song issue. We love tech support. Thanks, tech support. Okay. Kind of our bluish leaves. Okay, I missed one. We're gonna go this way. Hide it under my computer. This makes me think of, I don't know if you ever watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's this old improv show, which is hilarious. They just play improv games, and it makes me really happy. And it's hilarious. I'm trying to figure out what I did with this leaf. If it's just the side, or if there's a center in it. Well, there's a center in it now. Ha ha ha! Get your new drawing tablet. Ooh! I feel like you told me about this drawing tablet.
Joe Murphy fought with Riley near the cliffs of Old Denis.
Request, please tweet at me. I love your request as long as it's not too graphic. Excellent. I love doing. It's fun doing requests for sure. And then there's that moment where you're like, what if they don't like it? But you know, as long as you like it. I did a gnome yesterday because I was bored actually. Where'd it go? I'm trying to. I've just started felting. So I made a little gnome, and he makes me really happy for no apparent reason. For gnome apparent reason. He's just cute. He's got a little nose. I know. Whose line drinking Irish drinking song? Yeah. Focus. There was a time when I did requests in an Undertale community in farting Google Plus. Oh. You know, I really need to expand my social media knowledge. I've got all the basic ones for sure. I didn't do a whole lot in Google Plus. I don't even really know what LinkedIn's about. I feel like that's more for like business. Business. No, there's business. But I'm learning about Discord. I have a Discord. I'm just gonna figure out how to use it. My weekend task was to figure out how to get music working, so we successfully completed that. So next is Discord. And then it'll be a blast. Okay, so I have leaves are in. Now let's do, oh, okay, some darker green here as well. So I'm gonna add some accents into the weirdest bud. It's got like two little bumps on it, and then it like goes out. Have you guys ever eaten flowers? Edible flowers are a thing. I had one that was spicy. It was a spicy flower. I didn't die, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't poisonous. I'm pretty sure. Can't say I'm all that normal, so maybe that's what happened. So here's a question. Is y'all something you only say when typing, or also when you're out in real life? I say in real life too. You have Discord. Awesome! Yes, I'm figuring it out. I'll have to watch some YouTube tutorials or something. I learned how to talk when I lived in the South of the US, and it kind of stuck, although my accent was bullied out of you. Oh, that makes me so sad. I love accents. I'm sorry that was bullied out of you. I think accents are so cool. Seriously, they're all so cool. I've really enjoyed, I've met a couple people with really thick Canadian accents, even though I am Canadian too, but it makes me really happy. Newfies are fun to talk to. But when you're in like Newfoundland, it's like East Coast Canada, you can't really like, oh, excellent song, woohoo! You can't really understand what people are saying. They're like, oh yeah, hey, I went to the back door yard and shouldn't have been to boop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, this sounds pretty. As I knock my water over. What is this one? Ooh. Sounds very pretty. Oh. Rocking out. Solid music and weird stuff all over the place. Oh. Undertale. I feel like I should know what that is. I'm pretty sure that I've at least seen Mr. Dave Beard play it. Weird stuff all over the place. Oh, Undertale! Oh, is that the one with the flower that's like evil and it's all old school bits? Oh, yes! I hear the story when it ends will make you cry. Just takes a little warm up. Oh, sweet! Wrong song. Aww. Well, it's still a good song. Japanese metal. Ooh, you're like right up Mr. Dave Beard's alley here. Okay. So my stems are this weird red color. And I'm up here anyway, so I think I'm going to stick with that. Actually, it looks like it's about this color. It's like a brown red, so I'm going to start with that. And I'll throw in some brown if I need to. I like it. I can't say I listen to a lot of like, not English music, I guess is the best way to say it. Before Mr. Dave Beard, and then we went on a road trip, and my world exploded. And I've learned to really appreciate it. I really enjoy Hindi music, maybe because I was in India for a wedding, and they know how to throw a wedding. Holy moly, there's like, their dances are a blast. It was like plus 40 and like 80% humidity, and I was dying a little bit. But I was dancing, and I left to go and like dry heave like 5 times because I was exercise. It's like so much exercise and you're sweating, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. And then I go back and dance more because it was that fun. We can be friends. It's amazing in general, although terrible with that name. Please do a favor to humanity and look up Live Mood Symphonic if you don't mind. Maybe I'll throw Mr. Dave Food on that. Maybe he'll take care of that for me. I'm just so scared to break it. It's like when someone hands you a baby. Have you ever had that moment when someone's like, oh, here's my newborn baby? I watched a really funny video that described it perfectly, actually. And they're like, here, hold the child. And you're like, oh my gosh, you just gave me the most like precious thing in your life. And I'm scared to be holding this right now. Because what if I drop it? And they're like, okay, we'll pass it on. And that's the most terrifying moment, because you kind of get used to it and you're like, okay, I can do this. And then someone else comes up and they're like, oh, can I hold it? And you're like, yes. And then you have that moment of, oh my gosh, how do I pass this to you? Because their necks have no muscle. I had this one moment where I was trying to give a baby back to the mom, and the head was like as I rolled from my arm to hers, the neck just went, and I was like, ah, just get off the child! I did not. Mom was good and was like, oh yeah, and just turned it back and grabbed it, and I was like, that's very frightening. Carrie Bible with spelling. God bless. Achoo. Band names. I can't remember any of the actual band members' names. Never held a child before. Not that you can remember. It's cool. It's like they're little mini people, and I'm like, oh. I'm getting more comfortable with it though. One of my really close friends had a baby, so, and she's very like, oh, here you go, and I'm like, okay. It's easier when they're bigger, I think. For me, anyway. It's easier when they're bigger because they can hold up their own neck, and it's less terrifying. I'm sure you'd get used to it, though. Like, if you had a child, or if you had a lot of younger siblings. I was the youngest. I think that's my problem. I'm just lightening this out with water on another brush. That would be my guess. Is that people with younger siblings kind of have a bit more of a... Like, really younger siblings. Because, I mean, if you're a baby... Although, granted, I have seen kids that, try to carry the younger siblings when they're still really little kids. And it's, really cute. Because they're like... It's like me trying to carry a bag of flour. I'm terrible with children. The farting noises. That worked well. So loud. I can't. Ah! Oh, yes, the screaming. My favorite. Make it stop. Oh, I think kids say the funniest things. I worked as an EA for a little bit, and she'd just say the sweetest things about war and stuff too. She's like, why can't they all just sit down and talk about it? And I'm like, right? Middle child, and I have a sibling 7 years younger than me. Oh, no way! Crazy. 7. But if you were 7 when they were bored, if you were bored when you were 7, when you were born, they'd still be pretty little. You'd still be smaller when they were smaller. Okay. I was the youngest of 2, and I always wonder, no. Yes. Am I using the same paintbrush? Yes, I am. Whew. That was a moment. Having a moment, guys. Gosh darn it. Okay. Wee-hoo. This is kind of like a Christmas plant. It's kind of like red and green tones. I like it. 5 younger siblings, and I've been a very successful doctor because I have so much patience. Oh. Excellent. Oldest, middle, and the youngest child in my group of friends. I'm the only people without brothers. Oh, so are you an only child? Ooh, that's a lot of water. Ooh, there it is. I'm like, I know I should have a tissue around here somewhere. Pick it up. I've seen this really cool thing where people were using different objects to create different textures in their watercolor. And one person used dental floss and strung it around, and it made this weird little wormy type look. And enjoy being an only child. Oh, awesome. 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and I'm also an awesome. You got 2 of each. Nice. Oh. See, that's what I thought would be nice. If you had 1 of each, then at least you can, or if there's 2 boys and 2 girls, at least you could say you know what it's like with both. What's it like being an only child? What do you like so much about it? What do you think is the best part? Ooh. Who was I talking to the other day? Oh no, it was Ginger. Was it Ginger Princess? Was that you who was we were talking about siblings? And I thought it'd be nice to have more in case you didn't get along with one. Was it you that told me that it would be better motivation to get along? I felt inspired by that. Just trying to make a gradient here. Gradient! That was the word I was looking for earlier. Was gradient. I knew it'd come to me eventually. And I'm holding my brush farther out just so I can get more. Believe it or not, maybe it's where these really long paintbrushes come from, if you've ever seen those, but I feel like I can get a smoother stroke. It's not as choppy, holding it farther away. And it feels elegant. Whoa! Imagine your only child. It would have been so quiet. Well, if you had 5 younger ones, like, it would not be a quiet place kind of ever. It's not as nice as it sounds, especially when we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. Yeah. Your waiting room is a cave of solitude. So awesome. So chill. Sounds cozy. Yeah, that would be pretty cozy. You have to learn how to share. I had one friend who, when she went off to university, they were talking about shared rooms for dorms. And she especially requested, she's like, how can I get a single room? Because I've shared a room with my sister my entire life, and I don't want to share a room again. I never needed to share a room. Actually, I lived in another city and then moved to where I am now when I was 5 years old. And so we had this house, and one of the extra bedrooms was a little bit by like a foot. But when you're 5 and 7, that's a big deal. Who gets the bigger room? And so my mom was just like, oh, and the room that I had, it was really cool because there was 2 closets on the one wall, and in between the closet there was almost like, it was like a window seat with a light above it, but there was no window. So I put pillows up there and bookshelves, and I just like cozy up in there and read. And I really wanted that room with a shelf because I thought it was like super cool. And my mom was like, well, you guys have to figure it out who's getting this room. It's up to you. Oh, my eraser. And I was like, oh dear. And so my sister and I could not come to an understanding because we both wanted it, and we're not feeling generous because we were young and didn't learn how to do that yet. And so, while my sister was not around, I was not a considerate, loving person. And I went to my mom and just said, we decided I get the bigger room. And my mom was like, okay, and that's how it was. And then I got the room, and my sister, I don't actually think she's gotten over it yet. 20-some years later. Oh, I apologized. It's all good. Life goes on. It was my not brightest moment as a 5-year-old. Is to get the bigger room. First world problems. What was it? Time that we all lived in a garage together, mom, dad, and dog included. That sounds extra cozy. Ooh, that'd be super squishy. It'd be like a big sleepover all the time. Symphonic mood. Oh, yes. At least what I've heard of. Was it from the album? Okay. Okay, what was it again? Symphonic live mood, symphonic mood. I will copy and paste. Alright, we're gonna try to do this without legging the living daylights out of my internet. We'll just have to wait. And this is the moment when you can't see my face, and it's like, maybe I have a booger hanging out of my neck. Okay, I think I found it. As far as I am aware. And we're gonna do this. Okay, let's see how this goes. Paste. Go. Ooh, okay. I think it's playing. This might be it. Alright. Okay, sweet. We got her figured out. At least what I've heard of it. Isn't from the album. Good. Steampunk clockmaker. Ooh. I really enjoy steampunk. Is this the right one? Might be. Oh, is this the same one you played earlier? Well, we'll just jam it again. The year I did go to Comic-Con, there was a lot of steampunk that year, and it was, like, so cool. Lots of steampunk artwork, too. Okay, I don't actually think I need this color anymore. What color is my flower bud? It is the same as my pink petals. And so I think I'm just going to blend in there's some of this red, just to bring some continuity kind of in here. So I'm going to throw a couple of dabs in this one, and I think in the other one as well. Yeah, there's a little bit right there. And here as well, just to blend it together, because it looks very like, I'm green, I'm orange. Oh, did you find it, Mr. Dave Beard? Perfect. Yes, can we all see? I think we all want to see. How did you guess my favorite song of the album? Because Mr. Dave Beard is just, like, awesome. Also, it's really interesting because things will come up and he's like, oh yeah, I know all about that. And I'm like, how do you know about all of these obscure things? He educates me. So I stay up to date in pop culture. And like past pop culture. Okay. I want that blended more. So I'm going to bring some more water into this. Because we're actually doing backgrounds. It's so exciting. Mad skills. The world of alchemy. I feel like that's another obscure reference yesterday here that I'm not aware of. Also good. It's all good. Okay, blended. We're good. Okay, we have a branch. Now, should we just do the flower, I suppose? Maybe I'll do the grass. Yeah, let's do grass. Grass is green. What green do I want to use? I could do the light green again. Actually, I really like the look of this one. And that one might have more harmony. This guy right here. Wow! I think it's time for another question. Hello. Okay. Have you ever stolen anything? Ooh. Scary. Feel free to not answer this question, I suppose. When I was 2, I did. And I felt horrible. It was, from a friend's house. I went to a birthday party and they had this coin. It was like like an arcade coin. I'm just gonna test this color because I haven't decided if I want it yet. No, I don't want it. Maybe I do want it. I'm gonna stick with the same this one actually. I think the continuity is what I'm going for here. And it was a really cool coin and I just loved it so much I just put it in my bag. And I knew it was wrong. And I got home and my mom was like, where did you get that? And I was like, oh, I took it. And my mom was like, you can't do that. That's stealing. That's wrong. And I cried. I just sobbed. And was like, I don't want to go to jail. The police are going to come get me. As like a 2-year-old, not knowing that 2-year-olds don't go to jail. And she's like, no, but you just have to return it and say you're sorry. So I learned that lesson the hard way. Ugh. To someone else's heart count. Cute. Other people have stolen your heart. Then they went ahead and broke it. Oh, I'm having to talk about it. Also, I stole a ping pong ball. Well, that's less heartbreaking. I'm sorry. That's tough. But eventually, there comes a day when maybe you get to steal the heart of someone who stole yours too. Oh, why a ping pong ball? What is that story? Actually, okay, I lied. I went with this this other green, and I'm actually liking it. Although it does seem very seaweedy. So I might throw some of that light olive green in there, just to balance it out a little bit. Because I'm hoping that'll work a little better. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of getting a little grass-like. Lying around in school, I did the same with the calculator and erased a pen or two. Oh my! Just extra school supplies. I feel like that is when... It's a teeny bit of a pet peeve of mine. Not really. But I just think it's interesting when people are like, oh hey, can I borrow this? But it's stuff that you don't want back. Like, can I borrow a piece of paper? It's like, once you write on it, you're probably going to want to keep it because you wrote something on it that's important. I had paint on the table, so I picked it up. What was it? Alright, or like a tissue paper or like a Kleenex. Just like tissue. Like, hey, can I borrow a tissue? It's like, you can just have it. I don't want it back. Or borrow a cup, like a glass of water. Borrow some water, and I'm like, I don't want it back when it's done. Like, but I think it's like people don't want to say, can I have? Because then they feel bad. Maybe it's a Canada problem. I don't know if it's anywhere else. It's just like over politeness. It was lying around in school. School nomad. Alchemy. Between you and me. No. I'm working on the eyebrowing right now. I kind of get it like halfway. I think my chin moves more than anything. I'm trying to do the whole like woo thing. I can do one eyebrow. I'm working on the other one. Oh, I squint. I'm enjoying this song a lot, actually. I think it's quite grand. Okay. What color am I using? I'm using this one. So I feel like there's a lot of unintentionally stolen pens, maybe. Ooh. Another cheery, happy song. This one is quite, like, contrasted comparing to the last one. I like song requests because I'm kind of always on the hunt for new music. I don't know if anyone is ever not on a hunt for new music. But then I get to hear what you guys like, and I'm like, oh, that's actually a really good song. It's the best way to find new music. What kind of music do you like to play, Negastorm? Do you have like a genre you really like when you're making music? We're growing up, so I got all my school supplies from the campus grounds themselves. Nice. Yeah, I know my school had like a, you just paid like it was like $10 and you got like everything you needed, and it was actually better than going and getting school supplies because the teachers knew what you had, so then they would never like ask you to bring in stuff that maybe you couldn't get or your family couldn't afford, so it worked out pretty well. Through the school halls, a nomadic Negastorm appears. Nomadic Negastorm uses his alchemy attack. A wild Negastorm appears. I like this. Except for paper I got from the teachers. Yeah. You find yourself walking away, missing 17 pieces of paper and an eraser nub. Tropical house, right, I remember you saying that. Right. I picked them up off the ground, as soon as dropped them, and I would fix them myself. Oh, that's very resourceful. I feel like, because I know my family actually didn't have a whole ton growing up either. My dad mostly hunted for meat, just because it was way cheaper than buying meat. So I grew up on a lot of moose meat. I'm a cannibal! I've eaten. I didn't eat a Sir, Mr., or Dr. Moose. I just ate normal moose. So, yeah, it's fine. I feel like I should get antlers. And just wear antlers on stream. Maybe I'll make them. I'll felt some! I should felt some antlers. And then slowly add a monocle and a tie. For the cake. The Sir, Mr. Dr. Moose cake. Yeah, I feel like sometimes a little bit of lacking builds a lot of character, and I think it makes you appreciate things more. And it teaches you how to take better care of stuff too, which I think is important. It always makes me sad to see things, like, I don't know, my family always made me work for stuff though. Like, if I ever wanted something, I had to, I had a paper route when I was like 9. Oh, let's not bend the paper. And, had to, if I wanted a camera, I delivered papers and saved up until I got a camera. But it was good, because I took very good care of that camera. But, I mean, at the same time, I'm a natural klutz, and sometimes I just drop things. I am aiming. I've had the same phone for 3 years this November. And my goal when I got it was, I want to have this phone for 4 years. And I actually, it's not even like cracked or anything. It's like rocking. So hopefully I can keep that up. Or I just have a really good case on it. So cute! Basic sketch of the clockmaker is done. Make it look good. Excellent. I'm excited. Is it kind of the same style as your soldier that you showed last time? What kind of a style are you doing it in? I think I should make, yeah. That's my next felting project right there, is I'm gonna get a headband. I made Pokeball earrings. Did you see those? Isn't they cute? Where did they go? They're gone forever! I had them hanging on link up here. And then it fell on the ground. Oh, there it is. We made these little Pokeball earrings. So felting is super cute and adorable. So, I wore them the other day. Anyway, just have to get like a headband and somehow attach it. Yeah, you were there. Oh, right. We were chatting and you saw me poke myself like 5 times. Totally. Kind of the same style. Okay, cool. I feel like a clockmaker would take some patience because of all the gears. I kind of love that look though. I know there's a lot of jewelry makers locally that are making like gear necklaces and earrings and stuff, and that was the cool thing about Comic-Con too, is just like there's a lot of homemade clockwork jewelry. And if you really like steampunk, you should check out if you have Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there, or maybe it's just on Canadian Netflix, I don't know. I'm just playing with my eraser. There's a show called Steampunked where it's this like competition where they have to make a room that's steampunk based. And my grass doesn't have a way to attach to the ground. I should probably fix that. And so they just have this junkyard of old stuff, and they're like, okay, go to the junkyard and use what you can find and make a steampunk room or a steampunk. And you have to do costumes and stuff too. That's pretty intense. Okay. I'm not drawing any gears. Oh, I have a link. An ice queen. Oh. Ooh, I love the ice crown spikes. And the hair chunks too. It's super flowy. Looks good. Ooh. That's awesome. You sure want you want to collaborate with me? You're way above my skill level. You look starting amazing. Oh! I love collaboration. I think those are fun. Ooh! I like the ones where they're like, I'm just lightening my color here a little bit. Where they, the multi-piece art forms, where it's like, one big picture, and then, so it's like if this was my picture, I'd like cut it into like 6 or whatever, and so it has the basic lines, but each person colors it in a new way, so it's like different, but it all has this cohesive feel to it, but all the colors are different, and the style and way you fill it in is different, and it looks awesome. Just have a different style. Yeah, that's stoked. I love it. Alright, I'm excited to actually get to the inking of this one. I might ink today. Hopefully. I think it'd be sweet if we could finish the whole picture. So, in other words, get to work. And get her done. But it's going really quick. Now that I'm actually doing a background. But I do have a bunch of fairies, that just have the flower and the stem that goes down, and I'd really love to Photoshop them all together and kind of make this like a big piece that's just all of the fairies, and then add like paint a couple blades of grass and stuff, and then just add those in so it looks like this big garden of flowers and fairies, which I think would be sweet. Yeah, I like progressions. I think that's why it's really cool to keep all of your art. So then you can see where you came from. Alright, I'm going to make a gallus move, word of the day, and start with this flower. My water's kind of green. I'm going to keep that for when I paint the brown. Grab some fresh water. And I'm thinking we're gonna go for the flower and get the rest of the green off of my paintbrush. Do I want a bigger paintbrush? I think I do want a bigger paintbrush. I think I want to use this one. But I'm gonna keep this around for my detailing. Sorry for all the exclamations. I'm not this loud in real life. I am a loud speaker. I can be pretty loud too. I find actually that when I'm like texting, I use a lot of exclamation points. I'm trying to like hold back, but part of me is like, I'm happy and excited. How do I express that to you without 7 exclamation points? I think this is my best bet for that. Fuchsia. Pop. Pink. Pinkity poppity pop. Pinkity chookity pop. Chookity pop. Okay. Question. Are you afraid of robots? I don't mind loud people. My mom's half deaf, so I have trouble taking to her when she's busy. Oh! But not intentionally, just a loud person. The point is she talks loud, so I'm fine with it. Oh, so you're just used to loud. Yeah. My dad really liked subwoofers. Turn this around so my paint is closer. So he had this big sound setup in our house, and sometimes it would just be heavy metal. Super, super loud. That was mostly Friday. But I also did theater, so we were told to be loud. Ooh, this is pink. I'm not allowed to even whisper things need to be silent. Apparently my whispering voice is still very, very loud. Mr. Dave Beard's got like this awesome radio voice. It just travels. It's pretty bassy though. So maybe it's just that your voice is really deep. All right, am I afraid of robots? I think I've mentioned it a couple times. AI makes me a little nervous, only because of like every single AI movie out there ever, and it always ends with like them taking over.
I don't know what we're yelling about! Loud noises!
Loud noises! Anchorman. Classic. That's awesome, Negastorm. The first time I watched, okay, I need to actually see the picture here. What am I doing? I am doing dark back here. The first time I watched Anchorman was in a math class, actually. My friend had it on her iPod, and we were done, and we were really bored, and she's like, let's watch Anchorman, and I was like, okay, what is Anchorman? And then we tried to stifle our giggles as the rest of the class is trying to work. Because that's what I did in school, apparently, is watch Anchorman. Just the one math class. One of the classes, sometimes I found there were certain friends I could be in class with, and then there was other friends that it was just like, did not turn out well. Because we were loud and loud. I grabbed my other paintbrush to do this, and then I totally have not used it. I like tracing out what I'm going to do, just because I feel like sometimes I go a little overboard, and I'm like, whoa, who needs lines? That's my dad when he's angry. His voice is naturally loud, too. He's just used to talking loud, yeah. Alright. There we go. Bigger brush is nice for just like a smooth line. Which is good. That is not as pink as this flower is, so I'm gonna add more color. Because this flower is like, holy moly, hold on to your butts. Pink. There. Ta-da! Loud noises. Make that a drop. Yeah, just like all the Terminators, all of the... I recently read a book called... Oh, what was it called? It was Frankenstein based. Lost and Spare Parts. Lost and Found, Spare and Found Parts? I think it's Spare and Found Parts. And it was basically like post-apocalyptic after this disease broke out from AI, and then people started getting like electronically sick, and then like most people died. So it's like world post after this where computers are like banned. And it was really interesting, but it was also kind of like, and then this person's trying to like reintegrate computers back into society and whatnot, but very interesting. But also kind of like, you know, I feel like there should just be a really good code of ethics when it comes to AI. So who knows, maybe they will take over the world. Hopefully I'll be dead by then. Maybe that'll be why I'm dead. Who knows? It'll turn out, right? But they can't ban loud noises! Yeah, that's true. Also, it's like, can you imagine trying to have a war with a robot? Because, you know, you'd have to like, I guess you could like pour water on them. It'd be like the Wicked Witch of the West kind of feel. Like, I'm melting! I don't know. Okay. Oh, I like this question. What comes to mind when I say the word cabbage? What an odd question. The first thing that comes to mind for me is probably like Cabbage Patch Kids. Really old type of doll that I had a few of. Coleslaw. Gotta go, sorry. Internet's being dumb and my sister wants to play a midnight mini golf video game with me. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out. Mimikyu/Ginger Princess. It was awesome to see you. Always good to chat. Good luck. I hope you get little points because that's how you win, right? Good luck. Happy mini golfing. Coleslaw. Yeah. I guess food before Cabbage Patch Kids. What's with that, Sarah? I had a couple of them. I didn't like coleslaw growing up. I do now. Cabbage I feel like is a little underused in cooking because it can be pretty good. I'm just trying to like blend till I like it. So, yeah, I think I'm a fan of cabbage. Braised cabbage is actually pretty good. Tell me something about the collab. Food. Babies. Food is, you know, Trump's Cabbage Patch Kids. Oh. Awesome. Well, I'm stoked. I want to see your collab whenever you do it. If you feel like sharing. Because I'm pretty stoked. Okay, this next is like a warm purple with veins. It has like veins of the pink in it. So let's see how this is gonna work. I'm gonna do the purple first and then add the pink, because if I add the pink first, then it's just gonna like blend the pink in and get messy and gross, and I want it to be sharp pink. So purple, it's like a warm purple. It is not a cool purple. I think, oh, this is upside down. That's confusing. Let's do, I think maybe this one is probably gonna be good. Let's test it. It's too pink. We're going purple, purple. I guess I could do the violet. But I don't think that gets very dark. Oh, it kind of does. Let's do that one. How exciting. Okay. Next question. Oh, do you bite into ice cream or just lick it? Depends on the type of ice cream. My teeth are actually kind of sensitive, so I'm not really an ice cream biter. But if it's like those, okay, what am I doing? So this is light and then it's dark down here and dark all across here. If it's, oh, and this is really dark, like really, really dark. Color! If it's like a chocolate coated ice cream, then yes. But just to get that chocolate bit off, you know. But mostly I'm a chocolate liker. I eat ice cream, period. Next question. As long as it's being ingested, that's all that matters. Come on. Really? Oh yeah, you had ice cream earlier. That's what motivated your stream, right? It's your ice cream. Okay. Next question. Have you ever met a celebrity? Oh! Yes. Yes, I have. I was gonna say no, but I forgot that I went to Comic-Con. I'm just loading up the color where I want it, and then I'll blend it out here in a second. I met Carrie Fisher, aka Princess Leia, at Comic-Con. And I met Will Wheaton. He was on Big Bang Theory, but originally got his start on Star Trek. And he was really funny, actually. Negastorm, who did you meet? Oh, the ice cream, Mr. Dave Beard. Carrie Fisher was super busy, but her line was huge, and she's, like, really famous. So I think that was probably why she was a little confused. Trying to get this fold to look folded. Because that's what it is. But Will Wheaton wasn't as busy at his booth, so we got to kind of sit and chat with him for a bit. I asked him if he wears socks to bed, and he said no. Only aliens wear socks to sleep. Because it's just so out of this world. Like, not great. And then he was like, wait, my wife sleeps with socks on. And then he's like, I'm married to an alien. It was pretty funny. There we go. That's fold-like. A bunch at various Comic-Cons. The ice cream motivated me. Oh, you never met a celebrity. Which ones did you meet, Mr. Davyard? Or who was your top? You were with me when I met Carrie Fisher, so I know that. Okay, this back pedal is really dark as well. So we'll get that going. Going. Woohoo! Folds are always cool. I was gonna ask, the question is, what are you listening to right now? This awesome background jam out music. Woohoo! Scott McNeil, one of your favorite voice actors ever. Ooh, he sounds familiar. I feel like I've probably heard his voice. I really like the guy who's done like Archer, Bob's Burgers, that guy. His face does not, I think that's the thing with voice actors though, is their faces never really look like what you thought they would look like. Okay. I'm holding my brush too tightly and too closely. That is how you get a great shoulder crown. There we go. That's better. A little more comfortable. He's in a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. Alright. Okay, this is like the weirdest looking pedal ever. It's, it's like flipped down this way, and then it's flipped over this way, and it kind of looks like an S. And it's shaded in some spots and not, and it's just having a ball. It's having its own little party. And it's all kind of one color. Oh my. Just like that. Mostly. Having a heyday. And then the bottom is shaded. These are fun though. I like flowers like this that have a lot of like texture to them. A little more than, and then it's shaded as it goes back. Okay. Than just like a daisy. There. That's kind of what we want to see. It's 4 o'clock again. Negastorm, are you up into the late of the nights? Bruce Timm, co-creator of the Batman animated series. Yes! And creator of Harley Quinn. That's magical! Colin Mockery, yo! Oh! Dallas! What up, dude? Kid Puncher! I also met Colin Mockery. We went to the same show. How was your cinnamon buns? Did you get, like, the giant one? The mother of all cinnamon buns? I made a cinnamon bun, and it was, like, this big. Like, it was, like, as big as my face. 1:35 a.m. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. Negastorm has a talent for staying up really late. Also, Kid Puncher, you get a free song request. Just, exclamation point song request, and then your link. If you want to, throw a song in there. Yes, I forgot about that. Colin Mockery is awesome. He's a comedian, if you don't know. Super nice guy. They did, my favorite improv scene they did was they took someone's phone from the audience, got a scene. I'm not digging this song, so I'm gonna skip it. Boop. They got someone's phone from the audience and then chose a scene and acted it out, but one person, all they could say was like the one line of the one reply to the text conversation, and it was hilarious because the announcement that they were doing, like in the scene, was like someone was trying to tell the other person that they were pregnant, and then someone's text like lined up perfectly with it, and it was just hilarious, funny, and wonderful. That was a busy show too. But when someone really cool comes like way up north to see us, everyone's like, oh, we have to go see them. Alright. Woohoo! I'm liking this big brush for blending. It's actually working really nicely. Less PC than the other one. And picks it up really nicely and blends. Just listens so well. Good experimenting. Damn, were some good buns. Oh, good! I'm glad you like it. That's always the thing about working in food, is every now and then, especially if I'm like running the cafe when my boss is gone, there's this little part of me, like I have to make soups and sell them, and then I'm like staring at everyone as they eat, like, is it horrible? Is it horrible? Filled with self-doubt of my cooking. Okay. How many countries have you visited? Oh, this is kind of lame. The country I live in is really big. I've been around that a lot. I have visited... Oh, wait, no. 4 now! 4 countries. I know, out of like 100 and something. That's not very much, but... It's better than where I was 2 years ago. Okay, this petal's a little pink too. But we'll do that after. I have visited India. On the way to India, we stopped in Heathrow. So a little bit of the UK, as in like just Heathrow. Not too much touristy stuff, but I got to go out and see something. So, and I went to go see a play that was beautiful. I saw Phantom of the Opera, which was just like mind-blowing live. I've been to the States for Disney World, Canada, the one I live in. Canada, India, Heathrow, and States, as in Orlando area. And most of that was in the last 3 years, actually. I didn't do a ton of traveling younger with my family, outside of like fishing trips around the province. But, and I actually like live right next to the States, but hadn't gone to that one. Actually not right next to. We're pretty far up here. It's like at least like a 20-hour drive. At 9 now. What? 9 countries? Really? I feel like I should know that. What ones have you all been to? You're done it. You're finished this Ghent. Send photos. Pics or it didn't happen. That's just my way of saying I want to see it. Okay. Okay, so this next petal. Also dark. Down here. Some of these songs have this, like, intense saxophone in the background, and I'm really digging it. Saxophones are just such an... I just enjoy listening to them. I think they're a really neat instrument. I almost did band, like, in school, but then I did not. That's the end of that story. Sorry, it wasn't very interesting. But, I mean, I was homeschooled, up until... I'm just going to take a dry brush, because I want this color to blend out, but I don't want to lighten the color, so I'm just taking a dry brush and poking it. Very artistic term. Oh, now this one's wet. Go where I want you to, please. Oh, there we go. But I entered it a little late. So I didn't actually go into public school until I was like 12. And so I was at the point where I was like, I don't want to fail at it. So I didn't learn. It's a horrible reason not to learn something. Canada, USA, Mexico, England, India, Belize? Oh, I didn't even think about the cruise stops. Oh, okay, I've been to more. Okay, Canada, US, England, India, Roatan, is that its own island? One of them was its own island and the other one was Mexico, so 6 countries. How about you, Negastorm? How many countries have you been to? Because you said you did... Was it you that said you were in Italy for a little bit? Oh, that's fun. I'm looking at your picture. Oh, I like the eyeglass and the top hat. That's awesome. I like it a lot. Perspective photos is definitely something that I need to work on with all the lines and stuff. That looks awesome. 4 countries. Never been to Italy. Who was telling me they went to Italy? No, I think it looks sweet. I feel like it's like right out of like a TV show. Your picture. Okay, this is probably the darkest part. So, how do I load the color up? Load her up. Yep, okay, that's dark. The country you're born in doesn't count? Oh, really? Okay. That's fine. I appreciate your name, Kid Puncher. Kid Puncher is awesome. He actually did a stream with me a couple weeks ago. I have so much color on my paintbrush. I don't really want to move on, but everything else is really light. I'll just throw it over here. We did a stream and he made some sculptures with me. He did Pokemon. I actually have them right here. I finally baked them. This is his, okay, I'll just grab this one. This is his Magikarp. It was his first time doing anything with clay too. I think it looks pretty stellar. I finally baked them and I realized I probably should have dropped them off when I dropped off the cinnamon buns, but I didn't, like a crazy person. But I made a Yoda. He makes me really happy. Also, I've started felting, so I feel like you should do another stream with me. Felting. I only bled 3 times in the process of doing it. Nothing like giving Sarah needles and saying, okay, have at her. I should explain. They're on this thing. You can also just have plain ones, but they're just like needles, and you stab wool. Basically. Long story short. Okay. Biting the bullet, getting rid of the color. Making it light. There's all these, if it looks kind of funny and PC, it's because there's all of these little pink stamens coming out of this flower. It looks like it's... Oh, what are those called? The flowers with the boy and the girl. Gonads. Wicked Yoda. I feel like Wicked Yoda. That just sounds like it should be like some sort of food or drink, like a really fancy one. Like, this is the Wicked Yoda. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. It was fun. It was like midnight and I really wanted to make something and I was like, I should stream it. And so I streamed at like 2 in the morning. No, it was till 1 in the morning and I had to work the next day and I'm like, what am I doing? Having a really good time is what I was doing. Oh, it was good. Okay. These are two different petals, and I did not do a good job at differentiating them, so I'm going to add some more color. Because that's a thing that needs to happen. Just dabbing it in, then I don't have to, like, blend so much. Go in, Lydia, go in. I feel like it has to count, otherwise some people will have been in 0 countries. Oh, I've never been in a country ever, guys. Ooh, more from Negastorm. Alright. Oh, he has a name now. Jerome Spriggins. Spriggins. Kind of like Spriggs. I like it. You just made my day. Oh. Awesome. Oh, Mr. Dave Beard sent me a whisper. As in told me a whisper, as in whispered to me from across the room. That you gave him the name. And you made my 1 a.m. Oh, those are the best times to make it. My cousin's name is Jerome. Actually, why do I keep doing that? Sleeves. Just the fact that there's a pirate emoji is just so fitting for you, Mr. Dave Beard. It's just so perfect. Okay, this is a weird no man's land petal. In between these two petals, there's just this space that is a folded petal. So how are we gonna make that look right? I think I'm just gonna make it dark, to be honest. Just so there's a shadow in there. For this, I'm just kind of dabbing the color in because then it stays heavy. This is a pretty light purple. So I don't want it to be light. If I move it too much, it'll spread out. And I need some more purple in there. I have a little... No, I'm not going to take the water out. We're just going to add it in. Aha! Consistency. Persistence is key. 3 a.m. is your family's disaster hour? Ooh. Dave Beard, I've been in 0 countries. Kid Venture, I think that's an accomplishment. That you've been in 0 countries. Why is it the disaster hour? Is like everyone awake? Or is it like if you wake someone up at 3 a.m. then it would be a disaster? I feel like that's why it would be my disaster hour. But you've been to different parts of this country, other provinces. Our country is so huge, it should almost count as 3 countries. It makes me think of that song, Canada's Really Big. By, is it Arrogant Worms? Hold up. This is like education time. Now that I have music going, we can just listen to it. I remember I did a lip sync battle to this song, actually. But I didn't really know it at that point. So it didn't, I didn't do well. I did not win this lip sync battle, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. And we're going to throw it in right there. Warning, I might sing along.
Thank you very much.
Live. Everything you remember to your family was around 3 a.m.
We're very patriotic Canadians.
That's fair.
So we'd like to take this moment to do our
I feel like there's stories behind it, but they don't sound like very happy stories. Is it going?
When I look around me, I can't believe what I see. It seems as if this country has lost its will to live. economy is lousy. We
barely have an army.
but we can still stand proudly
Because Canada's really big. We're the second largest country.
on this planet.
It's like super cheesy.
And if Russia keeps on
Oh, I'm just checking out my photo
shrinking,
here.
soon we'll be first.
As long as we keep Quebec.
USA has tanks, and Switzerland has banks. They can make the banks.
There's a song I really want to use in a lip sync battle, but I doubt anyone wants to duel with me over it. Oh, well, I feel like that's a thing that could happen. Stream lip sync battles. I think that would be epic. Just trying to make me feel better, Dave Beard. Oh, is this the song you want to lip sync battle? What's it called?
Take a whole lot of work. We're larger than Malaysia.
Almost the size of Asia.
We're bigger than Australia.
The Last Stand. That sounds
Big we
epic.
seldom bother to go see one another.
I think my favorite lip sync battle I did was the Eye of the Tiger. And I was on like a team, so like all of these guys got together and they totally boy banded. Is that a word? They did it as a boy band. And my job was to be that screaming fan. So I ran in through like the back of the room screaming and freaked out a lot of people and was just like, I love you! And then we had other people in on it who like came out and were security guards and like pulled me away out the door and like drugged me out the door. It was really funny. After they figured out, okay, no one's dying. Actually, there was one year at a summer camp. They do lots of, if you've never been, the summer camp I went to anyway did lots of like midnight games. I'm not that nice, just practical. You've definitely been to more than 0 countries. They used to do nighttime games, so like Mission Impossible, stuff like that. And so one year they thought it would be really funny, or fun, I don't even know what they were thinking, to do a game where half the counselors and staff kidnap one of the kids and then don't tell anyone about it. Like in the middle of the night come in, and so I was the person they designated to kidnap, so I was in on it. And they're like, okay, but you can't fall asleep because they're gonna come and get you, and then you have to run. And then the game of it was that your cabin would have to come and find you, but they didn't communicate that it was a game. So they blew the whistle. So, okay, anyway, so I'm trying to stay awake for this person to come get me, and I actually fell asleep. So I wasn't ready when they came. So when they did come, I was half asleep and running out the door so they wouldn't get caught, basically, by the cabin. This is really dark here too, actually. So I didn't end up putting on shoes, and we were running through the bush, so I ended up getting a bunch of thorns in my feet. But yeah, so then they blow the whistle and get everyone to come to like the main hall, and they were like, we've got this letter from the kidnappers. Your cabin mates have been kidnapped. You have to go find them before midnight or else. And they didn't tell people it was a game. Like, hey, midnight fun activity. Your campmates are hiding. Like, call it hide and go seek or something. But like, no, your campmates got kidnapped. And so we're like just walking around at this point because our campers couldn't find us. And I run into my cabin, and they were crying, like bawling, because they were so scared that I died. And I was like, this is the worst camp game ever. Like, funny, like, it was fun in theory, but it was just like, it was not funny. Poor kids. Oh, like, actually, Sabotage is amazing for A, trying harder on Overwatch, B, storing the dishes. So basically they did a too good job of simulating a kidnapping. A way too good of job. People were terrified and crying and It was just bad. And then one person, their brother was their kidnapper or whatever, and so her and her brother went and they hid underneath the cabins, like under the building. And I remember we found them and he was like, wow, you guys did really bad. I totally could have like killed her by now. And then of course it's this group of little girls who are all like and like freaking out, and it was just like, it was not a good thing. And of course it's like mid-camp, so everyone's already sleep deprived, so everything was just worse, and it was just bad. It was I think it was an inexperienced camp like leader who decided, you know, it'd be a fun game. Just stick to Mission Impossible. Just do it. Tried and true. Poorly planned. Very poorly planned. I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny. Now it's hilarious. It's totally hilarious, Kid Puncher. Yeah. It was just like, I think it was fun. Aside from the thorns that I got in my feet. Because we were running through, like, raspberry bush thorns in my bare feet. I don't know why we couldn't just stop and grab shoes, or why I didn't grab my shoes. It's because I was half asleep. But anyway, it was just like, guys, come on. They did better things, though. The one Mission Impossible they did, they had this big zipline tower. I want this dry, actually. Because I still want it to look purple. They had this one zipline tower. There we go. Ooh, blending, 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 blending. That wasn't all that tall, so they had one person with this super crazy, intense flashlight with a tunnel on it, and we called it the Eye of Sauron, like when Lord of the Rings nerd. Trump Spriggans is looking awesome. Oh, I'm so happy you made something you like. I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. It's fun. I think it looks like it should be like a comic of some sort. So the whole camp, there was this like soccer ball underneath the tower, and they lit it up and like pointed it all throughout the camp. So your goal was to like try and go and get this soccer ball and sneak it back without getting caught, which is like pretty hard. So there's all these trees, and me and my one friend like took it really slow and just like crawled through fields and fields of grass to try and get this like soccer ball. Because who needs to sleep? Crawl through fields and get soccer ball. No, it was good. I liked summer camp a lot. Okay, so this is kind of the end of the purple, and then we add the rest of the pink. Oh, and then I have this guy over here, but we're almost done this flower. Oh, there's another flower petal hiding behind here. Hold on. Sneaking in the back. It was fun though. I liked sneaking around and like hiding under bushes and trying to be like super intense about it. Okay, so there's this one flower petal that's just kind of hanging out in the back here. I don't actually know if I drew it in, but I'm just gonna try and not destroy what I was doing. And not get my face in stream. Do you wanna know what the back of my head looks like? Just kidding. That's a good purple right there. Thanks. A comic. I need to talk to Bits about it. I'm already working on his project for a visual novel. Neat! Ooh. Detail. I just said that outside and like out loud. And in my head, I was definitely thinking of like a dinosaur with a big tail that was the letter D. For some reason, that's what came up. But then I said it out loud and it's like details. Like details. It just makes way more sense than a dinosaur with the letter D as a tail. Oh, my brain. I do remember you mentioning detail, yes. Speaking of the oddness that is my brain, how I learned numbers as a child. I may have told you this, Kid Puncher, but I learned numbers by giving them each personalities. And my sister told me that I should draw them. Your friend detail. Yes, I do remember you mentioning them. She said I should draw them because she thinks it'd be funny, but I couldn't really remember numbers, so I gave them each personalities. So, like, for example, the number 7 was like this old French man with like a curly mustache. And like 4 was like this like 8-year-old kid boy who likes soccer. Like random stupid little details. And then I really liked multiplication sometimes. Like I really liked 5 times 7 because 7 was like the stay-at-home mom and 5 was like a businessman. So I was like, oh, they should totally get married. And then 5 times 7 is 30. So it would be 3 and 0. And 3 was a little girl and 0 was the baby. So it was like the mom and dad multiplied and had these babies. So that's how it worked in my head. So I always got really mad when like 7 and 6 got together because I wanted 6 to be with 5. And anyway, I remember this moment when I was like, what if other people gave numbers personalities that aren't the same as mine? Like, what if someone else gave their number, like, 7? Like, what if they made 7 a girl? But 7's not a girl. What the heck? And I got really nervous about it. And then I remember asking a friend, and they were like, what are you talking about? Like, numbers are numbers. No one gives them personalities. And then my world was blown, and I'm like, I'm the only one who did this? Yeah, it's my brain. He asked me if you wanted to go with him to watch this Slenderman movie. And if I was that gallus. Word of the day. I'm writing you down. I'll give you some globs when I'm off stream. I will write this down right now. Mega. Storm. 50 globs. That was a perfect use of that. I love it. 7 times 5 is 35. Oh, I made another 5. That's crazy. Do you want to go see the new Slenderman? I've heard about Slenderman a lot. My sister played the game, but I'm so bad at horror movies. I won't sleep for weeks if I watch one, so I think I might. I like going camping in the woods, so I think it's best that I don't watch Slenderman. Oh, 7 times 5. 6 and 5. That's my favorite. A person would have to be crazy gallus to go watch that. You're not watching that. Are you also not a horror fan? I can appreciate horror. I really appreciate the effects and the creativity it would take to think of something that frightening. And do it well. So I think anything horror that I would try to make would just be really cheesy and people would just end up laughing at it. So I appreciate people who can do horror and act in horror. Could you imagine... Okay, I'm holding this too tightly. Can you imagine acting in a horror movie and then trying to go home and sleep when it was that real? I feel like it would be terrifying. I couldn't do it personally, so... I can respect it, but I also like to sleep, so then I don't. Oh, which makes Mr. Dave Beard sad, because I think he likes watching horror stuff. Just other friends, you know. All the jump scares don't have any, like, suspense. He just jumps to scare. It sounds like Slenderman. My mother is worse than me and really hates horror movies. Like, just doesn't like them at all. And so, we went to go see, because she really liked the first Maze Runner. So we went to go watch Maze Runner. And she came. But then we watched the second one, which is very, like, zombie-esque. And my mom does not like zombies at all. And so my sister, we're watching this movie, and my mom's, like, super, like, not thrilled because it's freaking her right out. My poor mother. And then my sister and, like, my brother, but not brother, but we adopted him as a brother, That's the best family. It's the ones you picked. They would just randomly sit there, and then whenever it was really suspenseful, look at my mom and go, and she would jump like right out of her chair and scream. And then of course the whole movie theater's laughing at this, and I'm like, guys, come on. She's not a spring chicken. Don't freak my mother out so bad. You're onto something there with your personality numbers. I think it'd make a great TV show to learn your numbers. I don't see why not. Slenderman, like, hi, I'm Mike Slenderman, professional dog walker. Am I supposed to say it with a scary voice? Slenderman. I don't even know if I could do a scary voice. Yeah, I don't know how you do Slenderman. I can't go very deep, so I think I'd have to go high and just like Slenderman. I don't know how to make that scary. There's a scene in the trailer where a girl sees Slendy Boy. Slendy Boy! Yo! Is that actual character, or is that with just like slang? Slendy Boy. My Slendy Boy in the woods. And hides behind a tree, and when you think she's going to look again, Slenderman just shows up before that happens. No thank you. I want to write that children's book. I think it'd be great. Do it. I'll do the art for it. I'll illustrate. But even then, I might not be good with horror, but I can muffle a jump scare. Yeah, there's a couple like, you know when your friend sends you those videos and they're a jump scare and they're just like a video, and then all of a sudden this like thing screams on the screen? I'm okay at those. I'm pretty like, oh, what just happened? That was weird. But I think it's because I'm a very visual person, so then if I see it, it kind of sticks in my head. And then I fall asleep, and that's all I see. And it's just like, no thank you. Yeah, I like to think of things that aren't gonna make me want to wet the bed. But, so I also have a lot of appreciation for people who can watch horror movies. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. Congratulations. That's a skill I do not have. Teaching you the correct pronunciation. That's too funny. Slenderman? Am I saying it wrong? Slenderman. 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 I don't know. Everyone shouts because of some movie we're watching. And I'm there absorbing the screen. I just want to see that, like, as the screams, like, go into you and you, like, implode. I don't want you to implode. That would be sad. I have a Slenderman with the bloody eyes and a mouth stuck in my head right now. Ooh, why do you think I'm still up? Because of Slenderman! I'm sorry. Well, you can just hang out with us. You can think about flowers. You can get like a flower picture in your head instead of a Slenderman. That's no good. What was I doing? Oh, that's what I'm doing. It's kind of funny when I'm painting. Sometimes I forget things and then I find them later. Like this. I found another little purple thing. Ta-da! There, now it exists. That's a fun thing about art. It's like, you did not exist and I just made you and now you do. Take that. Existence. Woo! Lines always make me nervous. My favorite moment so far. Your favorite moment so far. Oh, you made a clip. Oh, I will definitely watch that after. Hi, Mike Slenderman. Who just tears that image like a movie screen. Ooh. Yeah, so every time you like close your eyes, you can see it. I'm sorry. The real life Slenderman stuff that went down is the real messed up stuff. It's based on a real thing. I don't know if I want to know, but I'm curious, but I also don't want to know, but I kind of do. Okay, tell me. As the music gets kind of eerie. Oh, that doesn't help at all. See, I just want to see, like, I love when they take movie clips and they replace the music. I should send it to you, Kid Puncher. I have this clip that I found, and it's like Jurassic Park, but it's like all of the dinosaur roars are replaced by this one guy's laugh. Oh, whose is it? Is it John Candy? I don't think it is. It's some comedian's like laugh, and it's hilarious, and it totally changes the mood of the whole like Jurassic Park dinosaur thing, because it's just like this guy laughing. I also have a Jurassic Park video, or found, I found a Jurassic Park video where all of the dinosaurs were replaced by cats. It's magical. I just live with it and go to sleep when I'm tired enough not to think about it. Oh, that sounds exhausting. Just look at flowers. Get that stuff. It's when you just gotta like, get out, get out, get out, get out. Play Sabaton. That's good for bravery. Wait, you know what will help? Ooh. What? I don't know what would help. I mostly just listen to music. I find that helps. Distracts my brain enough that I just kind of like don't really think about it. I have this like one playlist of just like piano instrumentals that's actually really soothing. Ooh. What will help? Oh, I don't know what we're yelling about! I don't know what we're yelling about! I like that this came up. I feel like that needs to be a GIF. I really hope. Oh, what is that actor's name? Why can I not remember it? He's in one of my favorite movies ever. I really like Get Smart with him in it. Oh, why can't I remember his name? Someone please help me. That's gonna drive me crazy. I'm really awful for remembering some celebrity names. I don't know why. They just don't stick. I think my brain just kind of decides, like, this is important information, this is important information. And then sometimes I'm like, I need to remember that. And it's like, that's not important information. There's little filers in my head that's just like, only music's accepted. The real life stuff that went down was crazy. Mostly just why. Okay, fill me in. So did somebody just go in the woods and like murder people? Would be my guess. Okay, so this one has a pink end, but it's light pink. The rest of my statements have little, some of them are dark fluffies. Oh, there's some off in the distance in the back here, so I'm just gonna freehand that. Is freehanding a good idea? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. They're kind of just like faded off in the distance, so I'm not gonna make them very big. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so there's little stamens on the ends. We've got some that have nothing on the end. I can't remember what the other part of it. Good enough, pretty much. Oh dear, is this gonna terrify me? Oh, this is your lip sync song, isn't it? Heavy metal. Oh, oh, that's a song. I thought it was a game. I'm getting so educated. Excellent. Yeah, music is helpful. I concur. Okay, I need a light pink. I'm gonna go for... This is kind of fun. Okay, I'm using this one. Why am I not using that one? I was using that one. No, it's the same color. This is why you check your palette, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go for light pink. No, it's still kind of dark. We'll do this one. Okay. It's just this one that's still pink. It's pretty similar. It's just a little bluer. This is more of a red tone, and this is kind of a blue tone pink. It's kind of like poking my snail a little bit. Wake up! Get up! Wake up! Okay, And then the stamens are white, and then I have some dark ones too. So I'm gonna grab this dark color for the back of my stamens and I want to say vasculars, but that doesn't sound right. How much I know about the internet. I am averagely aware of the internet. Ligma. I have not heard of ligma. It sounds like I'm thinking ligaments in your body, but I'm pretty sure that's probably not what you're talking about. Ligma. Like the stigma of the pygmas in the... Oh, I lost it. Sometimes it's fun to like freehand. Don't ask. Okay. I will take your advice on that. Sounds good. Okay. I just have this guy here and then I will fill in the blue. Do I want to do some faded green in the distance? I think I kind of do, actually. It's not like this is the only grass that exists. Do some green and some blue as well. All right, well, we'll get this guy colored up. And then I will work on the snail. 2 hours? Yeah, I might be able to. I might not be able to ink tonight. That's okay. I'll do that later. Do it another day. Okay. The pink is going to be like this. I still don't really get this whole, like, there's, like, little bubbles. I remember I used to tear apart dandelions a lot. Like, when the little, like, when they close before they open and become, like, fluffy. No one say it for y'all's sake. Okay. That's good. It's all good. And I remember tearing one apart as a child because it was fun to like see the little things. And there was a bunch of ants inside of it. And a bunch of little ant larvae. I don't know why they were storing larvae in this dandelion. But I remember it being like super disgusting for whatever reason. And I was like, this is the most gross thing ever. And then I never wanted to again. But that's what this little blub thing makes me think of. It's kind of more like maybe a Christmas ornament would be a better thing to think of, but that's what it's making me think of, is the scarring moment of finding larvae as a child, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's time for another question. Let me consult my magic book. Would you go skydiving? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Bungee jumping, I'm kind of not on board for. There's this little, I don't know why it makes a difference, but there's this little part of my brain that doesn't like the idea of bouncing, because it's like you go up and then you go down, or you go down and then you spring back up and then you have to wait for it to be over, and that just sounds really like frightening. Is there cake? Is skydiving? You could eat cake while skydiving, maybe. It might be a little frightening. I think I'd do skydiving with like a tandem jump with someone experienced, and then maybe do skydiving on my own. But I love like roller coasters and stuff, but it's getting me on the roller coaster for the first time. If I'm like out of practice, that's a little nerve-wracking for me. Once I'm on the first one, though, then I'll just go back on over and over and over and over again. Because, I don't know. I like to say I'm an adrenaline junkie with safety. When there's safety. When I have a buckle and a harness and not like cliff diving. Skydiving without a parachute. That, I think, is called suicide. I don't know if you can survive skydiving without a parachute. Ooh, hang gliding looks cool. I'd really like to try hang gliding. The tune is stopped. Did I run out of music? Wow, I got through all of it. What is this craziness? I'll just start it over. More saxophone for you. It must be similar. But I don't really want to turn out like Satan, so I think I'm good. I'll take a parachute with me. Okay. Where am I? I'm in the kitchen. No, I'm actually in the dining room. What do I want to do next? I might... I'm gonna test it first. I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna like totally wreck something, so. My thought is, not with the pink water. Something sad with quotations. Something sad. What is sad? I just realized my music is probably playing, so I'm like, I want you to know that I'm on beat with my music. But your music might not match up with mine. Okay, I'm thinking, and it's not hurting too bad, if just like freehanding some grass in the background. That actually doesn't look too bad. This is not watercolor paper, so it's not great. That's not bad, actually. I don't like that color in there. That one's not too shabby. Maybe I'll just layer the green. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. It has been decided. Experimenting with backgrounds. Saxophone, you gotta say. I actually know 2 people who play the saxophone. Why? I think they're actually both in band, but it's so crazy how like you can know someone and then you can still like be like, what? You play the saxophone? What is this craziness? That the girl I liked had a predestined dream that after dying she married the devil, and now I feel bad for myself. Why do you feel bad for yourself? Maybe she's a hot commodity because hell is hot. Maybe that's a bad attempt at a pun. That'd be a freaky dream. I would not be a fan of that. I'd be like, no thanks. Do you get a prenup with that? Okay, trying not to smudge stuff and still adding grass is the thing of the hour. Also trying not to like get grass on everything else. Looking back, actually no, I'm glad that I did this first, and then I'll add the blue in after. And I'm just gonna like tap green around the thing, my lines. The ground I'm not too worried about because I'm just gonna make it brown, so who really cares? Because it'll blend in just fine. I'm more concerned about my snail. My green is running out. Ooh, unless I died first and got killed with Leroy. Because she's already spoken for? I don't care now. Leroy Jenkins is the devil. Always the plan. Leroy Jenkins t-shirt. Okay. I feel extra uneducated because I'm currently Googling Leroy Jenkins. Oh, there's memes. Excellent. Oh, it's from a game. Okay. I'm caught up. Oh, is this a WoW thing? Perfect. Now I know. Give me like, I'm gonna say 6 months of streaming and I will be so well educated. Comic books, I know lots about those. They're like, no, that doesn't count, so darn. I'm actually liking it. I can't say I've ever really done full picture before, so this is good. This is good practice. I feel like grass is one of those things you have to freehand because it's like there's so many blades of it. You might just get tired by the time you're done. Okay, I think this will be fine for now, and we'll add some more after, and I will do the blue. I'm leaving the fun stuff for last, I guess, which would be the snail. I might just be so excited when I'm done this, though, that I might not be able to wait to ink it. Depends how dry my paper is. That's kind of the real determining factor here. Okay, world of not Warcraft. Last collection of memes. When you get a disc put up and running properly, I might share it. Perfect! I'm a fan of memes. Quite the fan. Okay. I need to use the washer. So I will be back in, give me like 3 minutes? I think 3 is good. So 3 minutes and I'll be right back. Feel free, last time we talked about bears, to discuss Skittles, hard candies. Feel free to talk about candy. Oh, I don't think I muted my mic, and I think I just muted myself. That's funny. Butterscotch. Yes, my mind was blown. We made caramel, or the first time I made caramel, and my baking instructor was like, yeah, butterscotch is just caramel with scotch. And I was like, what? Blew my mind a little bit. Prefer M&Ms. It was really sweet. Yeah. Skittles are super sweet. I like the sour ones, but I really like sour stuff and it destroys my mouth. Actually, I when I was in Barkerville, they had an old old-timey, it's like this old historic town. It's kind of a touristy thing, but it's historical. They had this old-timey candy shop, and they had this one thing called like extra super sour lemon drops, and I'm like, I'm in. And they're the most sourest things I've ever had, and it makes me really crazy happy. Like, they're so good. They aren't like warheads where they're sour for a little bit and then they're just gone and then you just have the candy. They're like sour for a solid like 2-3 minutes. Like, it's a little overwhelming. You can only have like one every 3 days or else your mouth would probably explode. I really like the sour ones, but they just run my mouth. But yes, I like M&Ms too, but they like make my stomach hurt. It makes me sad. But Smarties don't, so that's weird. I hear they don't have Smarties in the States. I don't know if they're just like if Smarties are a thing everywhere. Vodka gummy worms. Oh, interesting. That could be good. They have like rum chocolates. Why not vodka gummy worms? Butterscotch. Loud noises! Vodka in a bin of gummy worms and then put it in the fridge overnight. And little do you know, the like alcohol content actually like melts the gummy worms and you just end up with this paste. That would be funny. Just like this like gummy worm paste. I never tried to make candies before. I haven't done a whole lot. I know hard candies are kind of easy. Gummy worms would just be like gelatin probably. So right now I'm just kind of placing blue, and I really like the look of it just like being random and kind of splotchy. I find if I try to do back and forth just blue with watercolor, I think it looks really flat. And I like the texture that this gives. I usually do it behind my fairies. That's what I used to do for backgrounds. And now I have like trees and grass and stuff. What the heck? What is that? But I'm using this like big fat round brush because I think it looks cool. And it works for the look I'm trying to do. I'm back using my green water. Loud noises. They don't have Kinder eggs in America like they are. Actually, I found Kinder eggs in the store the other day, and they didn't actually have. They were in like a plastic shell instead of the tin foil, and I was like, did they get rid of the Kinder egg or what? What's the deal with that? Vodka gummy paste. Spread it on your toast. Ew. Oh, the Slender Man in my mind is losing shape. I might sleep tonight. Excellent! Yay, sleeping! I know, it just looks like one of my drawings of a mimic. Also gross. And given that toast is generally a morning food, perhaps not a healthy idea for the world at large. No, maybe not. What if you, if it's just a paste, what can you do with paste? Use it as like filling in a cake instead of icing. Maybe. Or stick it in your ice cream. That might work too. Maybe? I don't know. What else do you do with paste? Yeah, jam just makes the most sense. I wonder if you could like re-add gelatin to it and then make it thick. And then you could just have like gummy squares, like a jello thing. In the US, they don't have Kinder eggs there. Yeah. Use it as a cake. Yeah. We're on the same mindset here. Ooh. It'd just be like a big jello cake. Have you ever seen those like 50s cookbooks? Oh, they're really funny. When gelatin just came out and it's like gelatin everything. It's like savory rosemary and gelatin salad. Jello salads. They were a thing. There's some now like fish Jello salads, or they had a bunch of old molds, like cake molds, not like old mold, like in your food. It's gross. Oh, my mom used to, I think she fed me a moldy sandwich once actually. Although now when I look back on it, I think she like had cheese that had mold on it, and then she cut the mold off and fed me the cheese, and then I was like grossed out because there was mold on it, but there wasn't actually mold on it. I was just being a wimp. And she was being economical. And not wasteful. Waste not, want not, right? What was I talking about? Right, and they would make this giant gelatin fish that tasted like fish. But I can imagine when gelatin came out, it was probably like a big deal. It was like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. I kind of wonder if we lack. There's so many things coming out nowadays. I wonder if we lack being wowed. I think it's a lot harder to wow us now than it would have like 10 years ago. Gummy soaked up the vodka and it vaporized them. I feel like you're gonna go out to the store and pick up some Gummy Worms Kid Puncher. If you ever try it, let me know how that goes. I wonder, the only reason I think that they might like go liquid is because I have too much water on the brush. I kind of splotted the color everywhere, and now I'm just getting into the more tight spaces with the nice brush. It's just a light blue. Yeah. Because I made homemade sushi the other day with like fruit roll-ups, because I did like dessert sushi, and the moisture in the rice actually like dissolved the fruit roll-up, and it just became a really sticky mess, and it didn't really work anymore. Which is why I think that maybe the vodka would vaporize it. An energy drink now. Then you get drunk eating candy. Oh dear. I need to stream still on the summer vacations when I drink a Monster and go play Overwatch. Is it just like energy high? Megastore? I only had an energy drink once. I think it was a Red Rain. And I think it had the same effect as caffeine on me. I think it just made me kind of sleepy. Because caffeine does that. I don't know why. Which is why I just don't drink coffee. Love the smell of it. The smell of fresh ground coffee beans is like amazing. It's a beautiful smell. Can beautiful be a smell? Can you describe a smell as beautiful? I think you can. Okay. That looks skyish enough for me. Oh no, this other part is like kind of missing a bunch. Oh dear. I think it's another question time. I should ask one from my head. Let's push the envelope. Sarah's coming up with her own question. Oh. I'm going to like shakiest part of all Marvel characters. Peter Parkinson's. Oh, the pun. That sounds dangerous to have in a house with kids, though. Like you hear all kinds of stories these days of kids getting into their parents' edibles and being hospitalized. True. Yeah. Some scary stuff right there. Although, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, I'm curious how kids survive. Sometimes they're tough. Kids are tough. They heal quickly for a reason. Okay. I'm Ellie's son, and I'm proud, and I'm 15. Who's the child in this game? I'm on autopilot. Help! Oh no! A little time. Oh man. Yeah, it depends on the crowd. There's no kids in my house. There's a tortoise. And there's this kind of hits an age where when all your friends have kids, you kind of always go over to their house because they just, you don't have anything. I have nothing in my house that would be entertaining for a child. I mean, like TV, but that's like, you pull outside, go play with sticks. And books. I have lots of books, like picture books. I love picture books. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because they're awesome. I have this mass collection of like old picture books. And some new old stories done new. This one side's really blue and it doesn't really match. As long as you get to sleep before 3 a.m., your family will be disaster free. Oh. Anything's gonna happen. It's just from time to time. Oh, gotcha. I used to stay up really late all the time, and I don't know what happened. I started going to bed early. I think it's because I started working earlier in the morning, and I just wasn't able to do it the same. I mean, I could, but no one would want to be around me because I kind of turn into a monster. Sleep-deprived monster. Oh, what song is it? We are going to press the next button. Next. Alright. Right, I'm thinking of a question in my head. I just want to be that uncle to my friends' kids. I don't really want to have kids. I don't know. I mean, if you're 50, you got lots of time to think. Lots of other things to do in the meantime. For sure. Oh, this is the weird, like, video game sound one. Okay. Question from my head. If you were a gladiator, what could you... Okay, if you were a gladiator and you got to pick what you were going to fight, what would you pick? Like, what do you think that you could win against? Or maybe the monster was within you all along. You lacked the energy to keep it inside. Ooh, that's deep. Yeah, maybe it's just my inner, like, crazy person is coming out. Lost all of my kindness. I don't know. Doing the weeds. No. I do need to mow my weeds, though. My lawn is, like, growing, and my neighbor's is nice and short, and I'm like, oh. I should probably mow the lawn. That is my plan for when I'm done with this, is I'm gonna go mow the lawn. I know my life's really exciting. This is my face, guys. Okay. I'd be good against a young wolf if I had a sword or something. I'd assume you would. They give gladiators swords. I don't know how I'm feeling about the background. I like the flower. Well, at least just say I tried. Okay. Now it's time to do my person. Oh, what do my other people look like? Okay. Nothing like water and electronics, hey? Ooh. Mr. Dave cleared out of the song. Wait! You amazing monster. Amazing monster. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how amazing it is. Oh, Undertale music. Hello, video game. Okay, I'm gonna give her a little pink lips, I think. Let's give her this one. Alright. This is when it's really small and it's really scary because it's like, I'm gonna mess it up. Really funny. Oh, the Undertale is to help you sleep. Excellent. Okay, let's pick up some. Oh, this is terrifying. This is like the one part I don't want to mess up. Nay. Where does the storm come from? There we go. That wasn't too bad. I survived. It's all good. Why am I teaching you how to make vodka candy? Oh, it's okay, Kid Puncher. Okay. What did I do? My bumblebee has a colored skirt. But snails are not pretty colors. Pretty brown, I guess. Because you're an amazing role model. Responsible and oh. Well, we think you're pretty cool. Megaswarm. We think you're pretty great. I'm gonna go with this weird earth tone. It's kind of pukey. This guy right there. But I'm gonna give it a chance. Oh, it's ugly. That's okay. It may be ugly, but it is a snail. And snails aren't necessarily, like, cute. So, what you gonna do? Right? Just make it work. One day I will expand my colors. And they'll be less ugly. Well, maybe I'll give her a little green sash then, and it'll be less of this, like, actually it's not that bad. It's getting better. Perfect time for loud noises! I don't know how your housemates might feel about that. They might not be very happy. I know, like, for me, it depends who you live with, but like, when I lived with my family, it was like, you have to be quiet, or else you got the wrath of Dad. Dun dun dun! But that's okay. Alrighty, trying to keep most of the texture in here. Just kind of spreading it out a bit. Better from you than from the creepy guy at the dollar store trying to move the last few bags of stale gummy worms. That doesn't sound like a very, like, pleasant experience. Okay. There we go. That skirt, I'm like, oh. It does not look as good on the camera. Let's make it look better. I don't really have a job. I have hobbies that I can start making money with, but not a job. I feel good. I mean, really, you end up working for the rest of your life, so if you're just home chilling, then why not when you can? Although, I got pretty bored, so I don't think... I kind of liked having a job. But I was also really happy for school to come, because then I could just, like, take a bit of a break. But, I don't know, now I like the job I have, so that's good. But with anything, there's ups and downs for sure. Okay, there's a lot of water on this, but I'm liking, ooh, how it's looking a little more. So that's good. I'm going to pick up some of this water so my paper doesn't shrivel up and die a slow death. Okay. Alright. I'm going to give her a green sash, I think, just to break it up a bit. Actually, I have this weird olivey green. Not olive, it's kind of like earth tony. So we'll do that. This one I'm going to make kind of a solid color, I think. And she's got like a halter top, which I think I'm going to leave. Well, I give color to the rest of it, so I should probably give color to that too. I'll make it like a peachy color. kind of snail-like, I think. I think that'll be the best. I wonder what I'll be doing in 2 years. She's napping? She is! She's kind of like sleeping on the ground. Because, you know, what else do you make a snail do? I was like, she could be crawling up a stem, but I had someone request that I do an earthworm fairy, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make that work. Because I can't really get an earthworm to... I'm trying to get it to climb, and it's just not happening. Oh, so... I thought it'd be cute if she was, like, laying down and having a nap. Okay, so the shell. The shell is... All the shells I found are pretty striped. And pretty also earth-toned. But my ground is going to be brown, and I was thinking I could do a different color. But my flower's purple, so I don't really want to do purple. Blue wouldn't really match either. Actually, this one would be cool. I don't know, maybe I should do this one, and it's kind of an orange. I'm going to do that one. I like that one. But I do want some lighter colors in there too, so I'll start with the light colors and go over top with that orange and maybe a bit of that red. Okay, I didn't even think of a question. Oh no, I did a gladiator question. Honestly, I could probably go against a penguin. Probably just a penguin. Attending book signings for your smash hit, Jerome Spriggins and the Golden Cog. Ooh, that sounds like a book. Did you ever read the Bone comics? I think that's the first comic book I ever read, actually. I really enjoyed them. Okay. So, I'm kind of making it spirally coming out from the middle because the shells are round, so I need to make sure that I just give that round texture to the shell. So it looks round. Long story short. Jerome Spriggins and the machine of loud noises! Excellent. This is just gonna become a thing now. Good old Anchorman. The second Anchorman was really odd. I remember going to see it with the same friend that I watched the first one with in math class. And being like, what is going on? The one with the pet shark and stuff? It was mildly confusing. Oh, man. There's some movies that I'm like super glad I saw in theaters, and others I'm like... Interesting. Deadpool. Always see Deadpool in theaters. But I'm just a big fan of that. Alright. Did Bob Ross ever do like live painting classes? That is an epic emote. I like the fiery hands on the fish. Okay, now I'm going for this orange color. Alright. And I think I'm just gonna highlight the edges here. In between them, and then it'll just have that faded, round look. And then when I go over it again with the paintbrush, it'll blend it, but the middle will be lighter than the outside, so it'll give it a really cool, not 3D, just like a round look. It's like one of my favorite textures ever. I once did a painting where it was just spirals and this like roundy texture, and it was with like oil pastels, I think, and it was like super fun and colorful, and I enjoyed it a lot. But this actually works really well if you're wanting to throw in texture for hair. It's one that I learned for hair anyway. That I just did because I liked the spirally look of it, but who knew? He was alive during all his painting classes. I guess that's true. In fact, he only started teaching them after he died. Oh, he was found dead after dying. I'm learning so much. Oh my goodness. So good to know. I guess that was a bit of a silly question. Hey. That was a pretty good one. If you have a question, you can throw them out there, but I will keep asking questions as well. Let's do have you ever been in a castle? Does the Disney castle count? I'm just drying off my brush a bit because it feels really wet. If so, kind of. I don't like this brush. I'm going back to my other one. Yeah. And then I'm just kind of like, as it collects, I'm also pushing the watercolor to the sides as well. Just because it'll kind of follow your brush and collect on it. And I want it to stay dark in the corners or else the effect is just lost. Many times. Really? Look. Where were you in a castle? I can't say there's a lot of castles where I live. I think it'd be really cool though. I know Scotland has a ton of castles that I think would be really neat to go visit. My one sister did schooling in Scotland. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. And her schooling was in a castle. So it's like, well, that's cool. It's just awesome. Fun fact, he couldn't paint after death. Oh. No way. That's so lame. In Portugal and Spain. Oh, I bet. Was it super epic? We have a lot. Or could he? Dun, dun, dun. Yep. I feel like that's, I don't know, that's what I would do if I was like in heaven. I'd like probably just want to paint all day. I think that sounds great. It'd be awesome. I'm actually pretty happy with how this shell is turning out. Ooh, I have too much water again. That's why you always have emergency tissue. Because it's good. Tissue is good. Okay. Oh, what's my next question? Name 5 facts about yourself? Okay. Jokes about hell. He did some of his best work as a zombie, though his medium went from oil to brains. Also blood and entrails. Ew. It was mixed media. It had that 3D pop-out effect. If zombies did art. 5 facts. Go. Number 1. I like to eat spaghetti with a spoon. But like a fork and a spoon. Number 2. What's a fun fact about me? I have a really bad habit of leaving dental floss all over the floor, and I'm working on that, but that's a thing that I do. I just floss my teeth and leave them all over the place, apparently. But I'm working on actually sticking them in the garbage can. Happy little corpse here! Yes! And a happy little corpse here! That's funny. Number 3. I love apples. I should talk about something that's not food. Number 3, my favorite color is sky blue. 4, I was valedictorian of my grad class. 5. Fifth one about me. I have never broken a bone. Fact number 1. You're not fond of yourself. Well, we're fond of you, so maybe we can send some of that your way. I like electronic projects, but don't have a way to do them. Ooh, like building robot kind of electronic stuff. You went through a phase when you wanted to be a photographer, but then decided not to? Favorite game is Hearthstone. Excellent. Dirt! I'm gonna do some dirt. I'm also gonna test the dirt on this piece of paper here. Number 5, that's always the hard one, hey? Okay, what's my dirt color gonna look like? Well, it needs to not be the same color as her skirt. So I'm gonna go for the brown. It'll be really earthy. I want it to look spotted. Oh, dare I do that? I could. No. I was thinking about doing... You can do some fun textures with watercolor by... Let's move this. By flicking. But my only thought is... If I do that, I'm gonna have to, like, cover up my person and it'll just get everywhere and it won't be good. I have had one of my geometry projects from art class put up in the classroom wall. It went so well made. Cool! Well done! Just now, your back hurts a little bit. Oh no. Maybe I need a smaller paintbrush. Maybe that's my deal. Let's go with maybe a square one. Maybe that would be good. Yeah, I'm gonna try this little square brush. It's just got like a flat tip on the end, whereas the one that I've been using a lot is more round tip. Let's see what this looks like. Well, that's kind of fun and dirt-like. Yep. Okay, we'll do that. But actually, I think I'm gonna take my big brush and go around the person with the brown. Ooh, I'm gonna take my small brush and go around my person with the brown because I can always add the texture onto it afterwards, and I really don't want to get it splattered all over her because that's no good. Because that's not. She's not splattered. She's not splattered. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. Number 6. Are we doing 6 ones? I remember having to play 2 truths and a lie, and I didn't understand how the game worked. Oh, I should add that in there too. And so every person in the class, this was like grade 7, was supposed to like bring in 2 truths and a lie about themselves, but I was a geek and decided that I was going to bring in facts about octopi, and other stuff. And they're like, you can't use real facts, Sarah. You have to use, like, trivia facts. You have to use, like, about you. And I was like, oh, well, that's boring. Oh well. Oh my goodness, this is so nerve-wracking. She's so tiny. There's so much stuff everywhere. But the little things are the things that look cool. So, worth it. Totally worth it. Just also worth protecting. Okay, now that she's outlined, I'm not gonna like totally destroy what she looks like. Dilemma between going to sleep right now or not. And I'm more inclined to not. Well, sleep is important. So if you do want to go to sleep, please don't feel obligated to stay. But you're more than welcome to if you want it. Totally your choice. You remind me of Rebecca Perry. I am going to Google her. I actually had someone come up to me I must have one of those faces. I had someone come up to me at work and was like, "You look like that girl off of that TV show." And I was like, "What?" And, oh, is she also a streamer? I see lots of her, like, cute little art. Oh, hey. I see the similarities. I stole her last name. Oh no, it's all good. I still found her. She showed up. She looks like she's also a streamer, hey? Maybe I'll find her. Maybe she's my doppelganger or something. Oh, that's fun. I like this dirt texture. Hey, I'm gonna try not to destroy my paintbrush in the process, but it's okay. It'll just be my dirt paintbrush. Oh, it's good though. I like it. Anyway, this guy came up to me and he's like, "You're that person," and he was totally convinced that I was this person off of this TV show. And I googled her and I didn't see the resemblance, but he was pretty sure. He's like, "You're famous." I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not. I don't remember ever acting in a TV show as a child. She was like one of a child star with I can't remember any actors' names today. The guy. Oh, he's on like the Shaggy Dog. Allen? Tim Allen? Tim Allen! Yep. She's a YouTuber. Oh, okay. For the animator's crew. Perfect. Well, almost one in the same. This is scary. Careful, be careful, don't do. Not going to give her a nice big mud tattoo. I'll just say like, oh sorry, she has mud on her. Didn't you see? She's a slug on the dirt. Of course she's gonna have mud on her. I did that on purpose. Things you say to cover stuff up, right? Okay, here we go. Keep going. I always, have you guys ever seen any, like, pointure art where it's just, like, giant pieces of art that are all done in, like, dots? I actually helped one of those. I went to this, like, it was, like, Science World, and they had this big painting that was pre-mapped out, and so they got random people to come and every person came and did, like, a dot on the, on this big picture. So it was like hundreds of thousands of people had contributed to this piece of art. Not that anyone really did like the planning side of it, but it was kind of cool to like be able to say, oh hey, I totally was part of that. It's kind of neat. Oh, this actually looks really cool. Yay, textures! I think it'd be neat to do something like that, but did something similar to kind of the thing I was mentioning earlier about there's the lines, but everyone colors it in differently in the lines. And for Canada, just had its 150th birthday. Our town did this piece of artwork that was a big tractor, because we're that north and out of town. And everyone did like a different picture within the lines, and it made this giant tractor, and it looked really cool. I did part of a wheel, and I did the little like Hakuna Matata Lion King guys going across the top. It made me pretty happy. But it's neat because it was actually quite detailed, so there's all these little tiny detailed pictures within this one big one. Oh, I got on her hair, but that's okay. So I'm gonna make that black with my ink, so it'll cover it up. Mostly smudgeless, so that's good. I think I might make the grass in the back darker. Sometimes when things don't look good, I realize it just needs to be darker, but I get scared of messing it up. Stack 9. Someone wants you to collab on artwork. Cool. Do you guys know what you're doing? Is that separate from the one that you may end up doing with Mimikyu? She's lots of fun. I enjoy her quite a bit. This is intense. Oh my goodness. But hey, there's actually music now. That's like my victory of the week. Just need a new headphone. What's another random fact about myself? I had braces. It's the one with me. Oh, sweet. It's fun to look back at the screen and just see how much you've done in the last few minutes. Just remembered it now. Well, that's cool. Yes, the dirt is going well. And I'm liking how dark it is, and which is why I'm thinking I need to go darker with the grass. Because skies can be blue and chill and fine, but I want the grass to look different, so. And I think it doesn't match because I have a couple dark colors of grass and I'm just switching my water again. Like these ones don't match these ones and it just looks, it doesn't have that cohesive feel. So we'll just do more. Just using this brush. And I'm gonna wash the brown out of it. Don't think anyone else has given me that proposition to this point. But that's cool. I feel like a lot of collaborations happen quite organically, like when you find someone whose style is like yours and you just, or that you just really click with that person. It's nice when you find someone that just magically clicks. I had two people, friends of mine, wanted to do like a collaborative art piece or like an art night, but they all wanted to do it on the same piece of paper, and it's really hard to get 3 people on the same piece of paper, but they were pretty like convinced that that's what they wanted to do, and I was like, but maybe we shouldn't. It didn't go very well, but again, I just don't think it was, it didn't click well, so I'm glad you found someone you clicked with. Oh, the powers of the internet. Oh! Is that like your favorite clip ever, Dave Beard? I feel like I enjoyed that one too. Yay, collaborations, the powers of the internet. My brush is kind of dry and it's making this really cool like texture, so I'm just kind of like smudging it all over the place because it looks like little thin plates of grass. The things, you always learn something, hey? Your style doesn't seem close to theirs, but I'll try my best. Well, I mean, the nice thing is too, if your even if your styles don't match, like if you work well with the person, I think that's the most important part. Your favorite clip ever, but I've added a couple new ones tonight. I'm building a collection. Thanks. That's exciting. I think I'd just be I'd forget about all the fun things that could be a clip. So I'm glad you're on that. Okay, trying to do grass around the flower is my current struggle. However, I am liking it a lot more now that the grass is darker, and I'm not. For a minute there, I was like, "This looks horrible. I don't like this at all." But it's much better. It's a process. I'm just adding all this little grass stuff. One character or another, and then the environments. But let's see what we can do. Yeah! Totally! Well, I'm excited to see how it turns out, for sure. Those are always exciting. This one piece of grass is really dark. Did you guys ever do the thing with grass? When you stick it between your thumbs and you blow and it makes like a whistle? I used to be so good at it, and then I tried doing it this year and was like, I have completely forgotten how this works. Alright. Getting around her head, Not totally destroying this. Adding some grass back there too. Oh, it's much better. Okay. Sweet stuff. Ooh. What's another question? I'm gonna throw some green behind here too. If you were a environment, like tundra, desert kind of thing, what kind of environment would you be? And why? I think I would be I don't know if I'm sunshiny. Oh, I'm like, I don't like this question. If you skip it, and I'm like, I'm the one who came up with it. Rats. Hell? Oh, that sounds just sad. And is it because you're hot? Is that better? Is that better than just steamy? I think I'd be something in the mountains with really nice sunsets. Because I'm colorful. Maybe. Feel free to disagree. Okay, getting the green in here and not destroying my flower. Because I like my flower a lot. There we go. Because it's cool. Oh. Excellent. Okay. Not because it's like deadly or something. I mean, granted, sometimes it's like I can create certain aromas that are deadly, so. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some, because grass is thick at the bottom. It's cool and deadly. Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna add some dark down this bottom here, because I don't mind if it fans out at the top, but the bottom needs to be green. Because it's grass. So. Oh, this is looking a lot better. Okay, good. I had my doubts. Excellent. You just gotta keep working at it. It was one of my biggest regrets. I did this 1 art project, and it was like Johnny Depp. And it was like a Pirates of the Caribbean one, and it was really good, but I didn't go dark enough on the shading, and it could have looked way better. So, don't be afraid to go dark. Actually, speaking of going dark, this leaf is really light, so I think I'm gonna darken up some leaves, add some shading, and then call it a night, let her dry, and then I'll ink it again another day. This makes me sad because I just like really want to keep going, but I should mow my lawn. I have at least 3 sharp objects in your room. Is one of them your wit? It's like a sharp wit. Is one of it cheese? Do you have some sharp cheese? Sarah, stop. We need more music. I think 2 is the base requirement for being deadly. You just managed to qualify as deadly. I don't think I have anything sharp in my room. My wit isn't all that sharp, and no cheese. I used to keep a knife by my bed, then I was just paranoid. Okay. Oh, hi. This is the brush I'm gonna use. We're gonna make these leaves darker, because I like this leaf up here, and because I feel like it. 2 box cutters and a knife. Don't ask why. Well, if you're working on something, or if you're doing crafts, like, sometimes you just get stuff. What color did I use, guys? This one. This song makes me happy because it sounds like the little person singing in the background is saying, question for question. And I'm like, hey, we're playing question for question. Question for question. Yeah, this definitely needs to be darker. Especially because in the picture, it's quite dark. Actually, maybe I'll throw some of this. No, I shouldn't mix the colors. Could. No, I won't do it. Maybe I will. It'll mix it up. Ooh, is Mr. Dave Beard mixing up the music? Was ist das? More Undertale. Perfect. Alright. Oh, that's not the color I was using. Good grief, where am I? It was! Guys, it's time for Sarah to have a snack. Okay. There we go. Oh no, it is, yeah. Just go darker. That's all we gotta do. The nice thing about doing pen and ink as well is I'll always add more texture with the ink, so it'll be good. I feel like you guys have found like kindred music spirits. You both like the same music, which is awesome. I didn't realize that Japanese symphonic metal was so popular, but now I do. So it's great. Oh yes, darker is better. Wonderful. Just the layers of it. That's the thing about oil painting that I've heard is there's lots of layers. Alright, just because my questions aren't all that awesome. Have you ever had a near-death experience? I almost got, like, maybe. I maybe almost had a near-death experience. It was when I was in India. This person tried to coerce me into going into a back alley at night in another country. I think that could have ended up as a near-death experience, but it didn't. So I think that's the closest, though. I've kind of played it pretty cautiously. Maybe I've been boring. But I can't say I've almost... Oh, no, I totally have had a near-death experience. It wasn't a very smart move of mine. But I was hiking with my family, and there's like this ledge. So we're up probably 300 feet by a waterfall. And there's all these stone caves and stuff you could climb on, and there's this one ledge that's quite steep, and it had all that loose pebbly stuff on it, and I wanted to like peek over the other side to look at the waterfall. So I climbed out onto it, and my dad screamed at me and was like, "Sarah, come back!" And I was like, oh, okay, not thinking about it, but I got their hearts racing pretty quick, because if I stepped on the wrong thing and slipped, I would have fallen and died. You have! Oh, you added another song. Perfect. I love it. Oh my goodness. The dance party that's going on right now. All the little anime characters dancing. That's pretty cute. Oh, was the yeah to the music, not to the near-death experience? I remember this singing reminds me of when my sister actually got a laptop, we made a little show. This was before YouTube. Or else I probably would have ended up on YouTube, and I'm kind of glad it didn't, where it like changed your voice and we like did silly little videos with the voice changes. So it was like, anyway, this is what this makes me think of. But that's like a really cool thing, like when you play with your voice changes. What a real near-death experience is. You know, that's as close as I have. Do you have a better story to one mine up? Because Because I would be interested. Unless it's super, like, not shareable. That's fine. Don't want to, like, relive it. Okay. There we go. And the stem of this one is, like, super light. I think I'm going to add some dark color into the stem as well. Just because it's not really showing up. There's a lot of colors going on in this one. So. Oh, I actually like it now. Don't give up. Just don't give up. There's a time in my life I probably would have given up on this, and I'm glad that I didn't. This is a cute song. I appreciate it. I would love to go to Japan. I think that would be wonderful. There we go. That's a little more visible. Oh, and I should probably add... I did end up using a different color on the leaves. So... just so they all look like they're coming from the same plant, I'm going to add it into this guy here too. Just because you don't want it to be like super boring. Oh, okay. Sneaked through a crowd dancing to this in an anime convention to get a sketchbook. I took bits and detail, not the dragon detail. To buy it. After buying it, I looked to my left and everyone's doing the same thing. It was horrifying and amazing. Oh, were they all doing this thing?
That's good.
I remember my friends taught me an anime dance, and it was like one, and I totally have forgotten it. We used to do it before. We were in a Shakespeare play, and we'd do it backstage before we'd go on. I was actually scared. We got out of the guy's go. Why didn't you wait for the song to end? That's true, you could have. But that wouldn't have been exciting or nor as good of a story. Okay, I'm gonna spread out this color a bit. The paintbrush is too dry for me. And instead of getting it wet, I'm just gonna use my other paintbrush. There we go. I think I'm going to add more to the stem too, but it's really red, so I'm going to actually add some brown to it. Because I think that might look fun. That'll be great. Maybe. Oh, no, it's good. It's less of a Christmas plant now, though. So that's too bad. I was watching this, I really like watching, like, painting shows. Anyway, it was called Skin Wars, and it's like a body painting show, and I think body painting is like fascinating because the cult of the cat people were about to murder me. The cult of the cat people, I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a real thing, actually. Some people really like cats, and it's like, hey, whatever, you do you, man. I've heard cats are nice because you can like go on holidays and they don't need a whole ton of attention. They're kind of like, yeah, we're fine. We'll be fine till you get back. Whereas dogs are like, I was house sitting this one dog, and the family that has him has like 6-7 people in it, and we would just go check on him and come back, and he was like super lost and lonely and like, where's all these people? And it was actually kind of creepy too, because they had young kids, and I think he clued into when the baby cries, the baby gets attention. So his whine isn't like a normal whine. It sounds like a child. It's a little creepy. There should only be one kind of meat. I am not sure what that is. Should I Google it? Is this something I shouldn't Google? Are these cat people? Oh, this is actually coming together kind of nicely. Sleeping in the sunlight. Okay, I'm Googling it. Doo-doo-doo. I'm like, where would I be without the internet? Probably outside. Mowing my lawn. Oh, okay. I'm on it. People with cat ears. What am I talking about? Dogs. Was the last thing I was talking about, I believe. This weird dog that could make a baby sound. The dog thing? Yeah, I was house sitting. And there's this dog that clued in to, that when the baby cried, it got attention. So I think it learned how to make, so it made a sound like a baby crying whenever it wanted attention. And it was creepy. Kinda weird. Didn't work very well though. Poor thing. But some people like that though. I know people that have dogs love their dogs. Okay. Shoo. That's just about done. I think the only thing I really want to clean up after that is these. I've got a little like growth spud things going on that look kind of flunky. And I think I want to add more pink to this bud because it looks kind of funky. I was talking to Dive bread. Dive bread. That sounds like a fancy kind of baking. I love it. I feel like that's a new nickname for you. Divvy bread. Divvy bread. Next time you should make a chibi of Divvy bread. Oh boy, 3:32 a.m. Man! You crazy! Staying up so late. You are mad skilled. Mad skills. Okay. There's that ice cream ring. So are you on summer holidays then, Megastorm? When I make bread, it's called Dave bread. There is actually a brand of bread. I saw it in the store the other day, and it was called like Big Dave's Bread. So maybe that it's a sign. Maybe that's yours. I'm gonna add more color to this because I don't like it. There we go. I'll just make it pretty this snake as well. Oh, and I never did that. There's little pink stripes in my purple flowers. Woo! Summer. It's good. Perfect. When I brew beer, it's called Dave Beer, and when I hand it to someone, they are Dave Beer. But you didn't see a Batman bread. No, I did not see a Batman bread. I would love to see. I have paint on my forehead somehow. Awesome. I want to see a loaf of bread with in like a batarang symbol. So then each piece of toast you have is a batarang. I think that would be wonderful. But that would be a little hard to accomplish to get it to rise. You could cut it into that shape, I guess. This is, I don't know if this is gonna reckon or not. Just a couple little veinies in here. It's really dark. I think I might go to sleep a bit. A wise life decision. Yes, that might be. We would fully support that. I'm actually almost done as well, so you won't miss a whole lot if you do decide to sleep. Thanks for hanging out. I don't have to care until September. Oh, man. I find it's hard to get back into the habit of, like, getting out of a sleep habit is really easy, like staying up late and stuff, but getting back into a good sleep habit is hard. So I find like my brain is like, this is not the time you go to bed. Why are you awake? It's a little tough. I'm just lightening them because I don't love them. But that's okay. At least we tried. Okay. This guy, and then I'm done. And then we're finished. And it'll be great. You might stream again? Sweet. Well, I'm working tomorrow, but if I'm around, I will jump on. I don't know why my Tuesday got really busy. I forgot that I like scheduled to hang out with one person and my other person is like another person and was having an event and I'm like, oh, there's so much going on tomorrow that I forgot about. Which is why I'm really glad that there's people in my life that'll remind me because I forget. Okay, well, I'm just about done. So let's have our final question to end the night off. And then we will end it. Okay, final question. If you were paid $1 million to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? For a night? Yes. Probably. But just one. If it was like a week, no, not worth it. But I could probably do one night just fine and be okay. Yeah. That is my answer. Maybe. I just wouldn't sleep. I'd just stay up and if I could bring a friend with me, it would be better. And just like play card games or something and you just don't go to sleep and it should be okay. That is my final question. And throw that out. Sweet! Okay. So, yes, I like that better. And I might add some more, but we can do that. If I was going to do anything else, it would probably be Out to the Sky. But I'm pretty happy with it. So, what are we at? Almost 4 hours. I'm always like, I'm going to stream for 2 hours, and then I end up here for 4. It's because I'm just having so much fun. Too much fun. Sweet. Well, I believe that is the end for this evening. I'm back for sure on Thursday. But if I'm feeling if I find time, maybe I'll jump in again on Wednesday. But for sure you can find me here again on Thursday. So awesome. Thanks for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. Oh, right. And I want to do a raid, even if it's just a quick one. Because I think that would be fun. And I have not done it yet. So let's just take a peek and see who's online here. I think it'd be a blast. Yeah, let's do Heather. That sounds fun. She's oh, more music. Alright. So let's dip on. Thanks again everyone for spending some time and jumping on and hanging out. We will. Okay, this is my first time doing this, so let's see how this works. Uh-huh. Perfect. Alright. Well, let's jump on in. See if this works. See you later, Kid Puncher. Great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Great chatting. I will see you on Wednesday.